Yeah. One, we live.
Yo, 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 it's the Xbox Goes Kaleidoscope. Back up in this motherfucker on the DirectX show, minus the fraud. And there's a couple of things we're going to get into this week and whatnot. It's a Saturday night and things is popping. Know what I'm saying? A lot of things popping, not just in video games, but the movie industry as well. Know what I'm saying? And I'm going to touch lightly on that once we get started. But before we get on into all that, let me introduce Mr. Intro Media himself, Mr. 100. Yo,
What's up
introduce
with y'all,
everybody.
man? What's up with y'all? How y'all having it? You know what I'm saying? It's All Star Weekend out here. Streets is going crazy. Getting over this cold. Ready to talk some gaming. So y'all get
That's,
prepared.
yeah, that's what's up, bro. And then also,
Uh,
we got the Mr. Triple Cup himself from the Heroic Vibrations podcast. Yo, Triple Cup, introduce yourself to everybody real quick.
Man, what's good? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those fire weekends. Like Hundred say, you got the All Star game going on, and you know what I'm saying. I got a couple of casuals around. Man, to me that is hilarious. Hilarious, man. I can't stop laughing at when you around a casual. It brings you to a whole new level of a whole different perspective of gaming. Man, it's crazy. That's the best way I could describe it.
I feel you. I feel you, yo. Definitely, man. And don't be part of the members jumping into the podcast. I'm actually feeling a little under the weather. I'm just like 100. I'm actually going through some bad shit over here. I mean, sick as hell. But the show must go on, people. Now, what I wanted to touch on lightly though was Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? That movie just came out this week. I and at first Disney had projected 95 million, you know what I'm saying? Then it started to go up to 120 million. Then once threw out the pre-ticket sales on Fandango, that shit jumped up to 150 million opening weekend. And now Disney actually just last night actually predicted 190 to 210 million. Yo, we talking Avengers money here, people. All right, which is freaking ridiculous. Know what I'm saying? Not only that, but it's actually a superhero origin story. Right? There has never been an origin story for a superhero that has grossed over $200 million, people. We talking Avengers money here, yo. I mean, that's just ridiculous, yo. Um, Now, me personally, I saw the movie twice, like twice, yo. I mean, the movie is just epic in every sense of the word. The story, the characters, the music, the whole nine yards, yo. But let me talk real quickly with 100, yo. What do you think about that? Actually, a solo origin superhero movie actually hitting $200 million, yo, opening weekend.
man, I think it's great, man. Especially in this, it's especially we don't have too many quote unquote like black superhero movies. I think the last one was what like Blade
Yep.
that everyone enjoyed. So I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm happy for him. I'm happy. Like out here, if you ain't finna
And
spend
then
no
if you think
money,
about it, though, in Blade, you had two black people, him and his moms.
yeah. So,
Everybody else was white.
uh, so you have to think about it this way is too. Like out here, you can't get a ticket, unless you're
Wow.
gonna spend like $80, go to like a casual bougie spot in where it's an old movie theater in Hollywood, but they just they ain't really upgraded, but they want to wine and dine you. So I feel like it's great. It's great. It's great. I'm glad. I knew more about Luke Cage than I knew about Black Panther. Now I know about a little bit more about Black Panther and his technology and how Wakanda is and stuff like that. So you know, go out and go see it, people.
Mm, good shit. Good shit. Well said. Um, Triple Cup. What are your thoughts on that, man? Know what I'm saying? An origin superhero movie. Know what I'm saying? Whether black, white, green, red, whatever, hitting 200 million on opening weekend.
Man, that's amazing, and also I like appreciate y'all for not spoiling it because I hear the spoilers want to come out, so you know what I'm saying. I appreciate y'all for holding back because I know y'all ready to go Super Saiyan, but you know what I'm saying but yeah, it's amazing because man, just the whole David and Goliath story. I get the feeling for everybody like the underdog, and that's why it's being overhyped because it's actually a amazing big blockbuster AAA movie. So it's getting its just deserves, and the directors, the actors, everybody is actually getting the credit they actually deserve because all of the actors are fantastic. You know what I'm saying? The blacks and it's two
The
white
white
folks or
actors,
one
yeah.
white person there. But yeah, all the actors. But you know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? I like that, and it's not just for black movies, it's just for all comic book movies on top of that. That's gonna bring us all the way in the spotlight for people that be looking and don't really watch them, but when they see something like that catch their attention, you never know. They might go back and watch Civil War now. They can go, you know what I'm saying, in the future watch Ant-Man because, you know what I'm saying, they might have took the Black Panther movie to catch their attention to say, oh, these superhero movies are actually really good movies.
Hmm.
So that's always a good thing around the board. So if you're a comic book fan and you like these comic book movies, you know what I'm saying, no matter what you think, saying it's being overhyped, but that should be a good thing because that could actually bring more light to the whole comic book genre.
Yeah, well said. Actually, that's so very true, man, if you think about it. And what Marvel does best is actually, mixing genres with the superhero
Yeah,
films. You know what I'm saying? So this film actually to me it felt equal parts Lion King. You'll see what I'm talking about when you see the movie, all right? So know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spoil anything, but it felt equal parts Lion King. It felt like James Bond mixed with Star Wars because of the tech. You know what I'm saying? And it just ended up, like it's a mishmash of all those things that coalesce into a superhero film to create what is Black Panther. All right, which was freaking phenomenal, man. Like I said, I already watched it twice. I plan on going a third time, probably even a fourth or fifth or even a sixth time. All right,
man, I'm
because
jealous of you, Cloud, man, because I've been trying to go see this movie since Friday. I should have pre-ordered my tickets. I was being done, but hopefully I better see it tomorrow. But it's like one of the hardest movies I ever been trying to go to the movies to see and not be able to see like every movie theater,
wow,
every time slot sold out, sold out. I mean, from 10 o'clock in the morning all the way to 10 o'clock that night, sold out,
wow,
sold out, sold out. It's been ridiculous.
damn,
Yeah, yeah.
that's ridiculous, bro.
Hey, then people been representing too. I've been seeing like people wearing their dasikis, all the
Yeah, I've been
African
seeing
gears and
that.
stuff going out there. Yeah, saying showing support. You know what I'm saying? Or a different version of cross dressing. You know what I'm saying? To go watch a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's very powerful.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is, man. And they're just coming out to represent, their nation and everything, because that's the motherland, Africa, all right?
Right.
And that's why all blacks, what do y'all call African Americans? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's in the name itself. All right. And finally, y'all gonna get that type of representation that's been a long time coming. I mean, we've had other movies before back in the day, but not on this scale and level with this type of budget. I mean, this is Marvel, people. Know what I'm saying? That's the thing that makes the world a difference, and everybody's taking notice. That's the good thing. Not just blacks, but you also have whites, people of all colors and ethnicities that are all taking notes. Like, wow, these people really knocked it out the park. All right, and if the movie's resonating for all over the world right about now. All right, all over the world is actually resonating from places like, you know, um, well, really Korea. Obviously, Korea, they call him the Busan Panther. All right. But it's a reason because the place that they filmed in was actually Busan, Korea. All right, which is a trip in and of itself.
Uh,
Yeah, so they call it the Busan Panther since they saw him so many times in the middle of the street doing stuff. They was like, oh, that's the Busan Panther. I was like, all right, whatever. But either way, though, I understand their enthusiasm. Now, for anybody that hasn't seen it, I actually highly recommend it. And also tune in on Wednesday nights to the Heroic Vibrations podcast. We're going to have a Black Panther spoiler review. All right, where we're going to go in depth into this actual masterpiece. All right, because we did a top five recently where we talked about our top five superhero origin stories. This actually became my number one
wow.
for a lot of
Then
reasons. You were
that's
saying?
amazing. That's amazing. Now I was saying that's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For it to
that's
shoot
what's
up
up.
like that. And you got a tough
Mhm.
list. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I know, man. I actually had to rework the entire list, man. So I'm gonna have a new top five when I come to this week. I also picked up Justice League recently, but enough of that. Let's go into video games because that's what the DirectX podcast minus the fraud is about. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a dictatorship. All right, so let's go into the nitty gritty. Supposedly, earlier this week, right? They had leaked out some stuff about the Microsoft booth at E3. That it was a small booth, so on and so forth. I've even had ponies on Twitter send me links like, "Yo, check this out, man. Look how small the booth is, man. Microsoft, they ain't got nothing to show." I was like, "Yo, I don't pay attention to that fanboy shit." That's what I told the people. I was like, "Yo, I don't really pay attention to that fanboy shit because at the end of the day, it's all about the games that they're gonna show. Yo, they could be inside a freaking phone booth for all I care at the E3. I don't really care as long as they show us what they showed us last year. A whole bunch of games on stage last year. They had like what 40 some odd games. Yo, no other studio or publisher came close to showing that many games on their stage. All right. If y'all freaking got proof of it, then show me. Because Sony showed what 10 games, 12 games at their show, whatever.
And
Either
they use
way, yeah, at their E3, man. Now, supposedly they were saying that the their booth was small, right? So Aaron Greenberg actually had to step up on Twitter and answer a lot of these freaking ponies and fanboys back. You know what I'm saying? Basically stating, we have a whole bunch of things to show you at E3. A whole bunch of games is coming. And the floor plans that they leaked out are not accurate. All right. So let's start with you, Triple Cup. Yeah, let's start with you, Triple Cup. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, even if he came and Greenberg came out and said it wasn't accurate, in reality, it doesn't matter because I always say it's not about the size of the boat, it's about the motion in the ocean. And then on the real note, it's all about how they present it. So you can have a big location, but if they don't present it right, then it's a waste. But you know what I'm saying? You can make stuff nice, tight, and you can have everything set and decorated right where it look like better than the big ones. And on top of that, it might be about traffic and location because even like corner stores and stuff like that, you go to certain corner stores, the prices are higher because of the location that is at. So it might not be about the size, it might be more about the location. So regardless if it is true, if it ain't true, you know what I'm saying, it really shouldn't even matter or affect us because we still can see the same amount of games. We
Yeah,
A lot of people still gonna be at their house, be able to watch it the same way they was gonna watch it. The size of the booth shouldn't even much matter. It shouldn't even be a concern. No way around the board.
exactly.
Not
Well
even with
said.
PlayStation.
What happened with PlayStation?
I said not even with PlayStation. So you know what I'm saying. If they had a smaller booth, I wouldn't even much. That wouldn't even much come up in my conversation. Say, oh, Sony got a small booth, but they ain't got no games. That would have never came out. But you know what I'm saying. When anything they could look at for Microsoft, they always gotta throw some type of shade about anything, especially when they got a whole bunch of good news going on. Because we ain't got no bad Microsoft news in a minute, so they had to go find something. They
Hmm.
went dumpster diving, really
Yeah, yeah.
dumpster diving. Man,
Yo,
it's
well
ridiculous.
said, man. I like that, man. Dumpster diving, yo. They actually, Microsoft has been giving us some a lot of positive news for a while now, right? And like you said, they dumpster diving, looking for any little thing in order to throw
Right.
shade.
Shit,
All right,
yeah.
let's go with you on it. What are your thoughts on, man, on all this fanboyism? Because that's what it is. This is fanboy shit.
Man,
You know what I'm
I
saying? So
saw
what do
that
you think
shit
about
this
this?
week, man. I was sitting on the interweb. I mean, I'm sitting on Xbox. My boy,
They
he put
went
me up
crazy on
about it.
YouTube, right? In the YouTube streets, they was wilding out.
Man, that shit was wild. I was like, what the hell? I'm over here half sick. Like, well, these fools is talking about boot space, and we said it last night on GRG. 85% of the
Mm.
motherfuckers ain't come to E3. They don't even know what the fuck it look like. And then they want to act like they architects, like they didn't feel geometry. They don't know about no square feet.
No, they're just looking at what the size difference.
Yeah, people think that it's just Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. No, you got people that make gaming headsets. You got PC, you got PC parts. Anything deal with gaming is there. Most of it's there.
Hmm.
Half of Sony had the biggest booth, but half of Sony booth was for Destiny 2.
Yep.
Nintendo had a bigger one. It was more Mario Kart. I mean Mario Brothers, the new Mario Brothers joint. It wasn't like they were
Hmm.
showing game where Microsoft was like that was the first time I saw Path of Exile for the first time when I get to the Microsoft booth. Microsoft was right by Call of Duty.
Look at that.
It was right next door to them. So you know, like I told people, like Triple Cup said it, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I said in my video earlier this week, you can have the biggest dick in the world, don't mean that you know how to fuck with it.
Yeah,
Man, you go
that is
You know
so
what I'm
true.
extreme.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So I like how Aaron came on like, man, why y'all? But why you saying this? I'm like, well, why do you care about square? No one cared about square footage. I even went back in the day and like, damn, thought about it. Like, do we ever talk about square footage? And then in the same venue that it's at, we have a show every year called the Dub Show. That's cars. So you got you got the rims, the flow masters, all that. I'll never see Toyota go after Dodge, or somebody say, "Well, Toyota got a bigger booth than Chevy." You know what I'm saying? They showing 12 Camaros. That's how as gamers we didn't took some of this. I love the fanboy wars, but sometimes people take this shit too far, and people freak out on both sides.
Yeah,
Microsoft
yeah,
don't care.
exactly.
Like, how Microsoft don't care about what? What they don't care about? Because you don't have nothing to you don't have nothing to fight with them about. It's sometimes it's kind of time like, man, I told them quit worrying about these numbers and start playing some video games. Because some of these people will sit on the interweb and worry about what Microsoft do. Microsoft don't need your help. If they needed your help, they would have hired your ass. Because they hired the great people. Let them work. It's February. This shit ain't until June. Shit can
Hmm.
change. It'd be possible. Shit, they blow up the convention center and it crashes down, and we gonna have E3 at outside. Microsoft gonna show you games regardless. Microsoft had the biggest venue when it came to their E3 press conference. That was at USC. That's the Trojans. That was the Galen Center. That's where their basketball teams play. It's down there brand new. Sony had their press conference at a theater that nobody hardly uses in Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
So no one. But the thing about it was they both shared games. When Nintendo dudes, Nintendo Direct. I don't hear
Hmm.
nobody saying about that. You know what I'm saying? It just you got to wait till we got to stop trying to make them show their hand, and people get mad because Microsoft don't show their hand. Microsoft is playing true poker. I'm not showing my hand until I got to show it, and if I do show it, I'm showing that I ain't bluffing.
Exactly, bro. Well said, yo. Well said, man. And I like that you brought up Nintendo too, with their gaming direct and whatnot. And Nintendo, people don't talk about them and whatnot. They won't knock them because they don't consider them as part of the console war, but they're also selling their consoles as well. They're also selling games. They're also making money and they making bank. But you think about it, Nintendo is smart. You know what I'm saying? They don't like we don't need to waste money on the center. We just get the Nintendo directed to people and they good. You know what I'm saying? Because they just want to know about the games. And I'm in the same boat. I want to know about the game, Joe. I don't really care if Microsoft has a booth at E3. As long as they show me the show where I could see the games that they got coming, that's what got me the most excited, really, is what Microsoft is going to be showing. And like you said, they ain't trying to show their hand. All right. We know they got some stuff coming. Aaron Greenberg even confirmed he got some shit coming. Spencer had confirmed they had some shit coming. And also at the end of the day, y'all want to talk numbers, their gaming revenue keeps going up. All right. So they still making bank. All right. But yet, y'all ain't got nothing to latch onto. Y'all ain't got no mud to sling. So y'all got to look for any little thing in order to throw shade at Microsoft and whatnot, which is really kind of juvenile. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you freaking people in the community and whatnot, fanboys, y'all need to grow the hell up. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all need to tighten up your britches and start acting straight because y'all acting like a bunch of assholes right about now. All right, really, y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. Y'all should talk about what Sony's possibly gonna bring this year. Hopefully, y'all ain't gonna see no more videos on God of War, Days Dawn, freaking Detroit. I mean, Detroit has been what? They've been making that game for like 6 years. You got that Shadow of Colossus that came out recently, a remaster with a completely dead world. All right, there's nothing in that world that's alive, yo. Now the reason it was like that back in the day because there was nothing to it. All right, he was limited by the hardware. It was a PS2 game. All right, and then they did it 3 years later, and that world is still dead. Just the graphics are prettier. They just put a new coat of paint on it. All right, and it's the second remaster because they remastered it during the PS3 era, and they remastered it during this era. All right, so they got y'all money, y'all motherfuckers for y'all money 3 times straight. Know what I'm saying? When if y'all would have had backwards compatibility, y'all could have just freaking used the regular game and whatnot at 1080p 60 frames. But then again, I guess that's not in Sony's wheelhouse, right? The Sony is basically there to charge people over and over again for the same damn game. which is a
Collider,
shame.
they should be more happy. What if Microsoft takes something like, okay, we're gonna have this instead of being here, we can be here. And you know what? We can have more people for Fan Fest that you get for free. You don't pay to get in Fan Fest. You don't have to. It's that's their PD was that PlayStation experience. They give you the experience on the show for on prime time, live TV.
Yeah,
You
they
sit in
do.
front. They treat you like royalty. Now I having to get into a Fan Fest. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do it. I guess last year you had to get on the keyboard and keyboard warrior. You know what I'm saying? I might got to hit with some of my, homies, South. Get me in this time, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's a great experience. Why people was wondering about, okay, what is Microsoft going to do with this great experience? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you weren't about booth space. I'll be worrying about, okay, what are they going to bring? You know what I'm saying?
exactly. That's
Yeah,
the main
PlayStation
thing.
should have some type of fan fest. That's what they should be worried about, like you were saying.
Huh.
Yeah, the PlayStation experience. They basically showed them everything they already seen. Right? Was there anything new there?
No, they thought
All right.
no. Mm-mm.
Shit, wasn't they ain't show nothing new at E3? Oh yeah, there was something new at PlayStation Experience. That Ninja
What?
game, that was it.
Ninja game. What?
New,
Ghost of
new,
Tsushima?
yeah, I think that's
I,
what it
Nah,
was
that
they
called.
actually showed that before. They
Yeah,
showed
that
that
got
during the
linked. I think
Paris
that
show.
Tokyo, yeah, Paris or Tokyo Game Show.
Yep, they showed it before. So
Hmm.
for the PlayStation experience, they showed them, games they already seen, but I guess some new footage because they actually showed them a extended CG trailer for that Kojima game. I don't recall what it is, but
What
the
Oh
one where
yeah,
dudes be having babies and stuff like
Death,
that.
Death
They showed
Lion,
that Kojima shit. They
Death.
showed more stuff on Spider-Man and whatnot, but it's stuff that they already seen. I understand, you're actually trying to do something for the fans, but you should have had something new. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason. I mean, it wasn't bad, the stuff that they showed, really. It wasn't. Because I wouldn't mind. Did not mind seeing the new footage that I saw. But it would have been cool if they would have actually showed Ghost of Tsushima that day, man. I mean, dude, it's the US. This is like your biggest market, man. Why the fuck is y'all giving a fuck about
But why you
Paris?
why you why you charging? Why you charging people? That's what I want to know. Why you
I
charging?
know, right? Supposedly they're for
Cause
the gamers, right? It's like they more
you
like
getting charged.
hashtag for their pocketbooks.
Yeah. I didn't understand that. Like, why are you charging? Why you charge them? And then they didn't have a whole bunch of games to play. So it was really on some fanboy shit. Like, yeah, come on and look what we doing.
Yeah, I'm in here
Yeah.
with Zam.
Yeah. Oh
Yo,
shit.
what's up, Kano? What's up,
got the
Kano?
red donkey house.
You came in just the right time, actually, Kano, because we're actually on the first subject. Before we get into that, yo, introduce yourself to everybody, man.
With Zam, this your boy, the real young Kano, the brutally honest gamer that cuts no corners. You heard me? And I'm ready to talk this game of
Got that
goodness
and got
with the
him.
rest of the panel. You feel
Let
me?
the intro up,
Let's
get him.
get it.
That's what's up, man. And this is Kano, the real young Kano from the Gaming Section podcast on Monday nights. Know what I'm saying? Ain't no Monday night football, but yo, the Gaming Section podcast is on, bro. Know what I'm
Official like a
saying? That'll
referee
keep you
whistle.
laced. All right. Now the subject that we was on is about the booth space. All right. You know how that shit popped off at the beginning of this week. You had all these fanboys running around. Oh, yeah, I got a smaller booth space, this and that. Microsoft is hurting. I was like, how the fuck is they hurting, man? I'm only worried about the games they're gonna be showing. They
Wait,
could
wait,
they could
wait.
actually they could actually have a fucking phone booth for booth space over there. As long as the show that they show us, you know what I'm saying, with the presentation is like legit. That's what I care about, though, man. But yeah, you got all these fanboys actually, jumping out the woodwork and whatnot in order to try to throw some shade. All right, now, what do you think about that, though, man?
So this was basically been going on this whole week that fanboys, the ponies and PC elitists and Nintendo weirdos been rapping and complaining about, knowing for a
Yeah,
fact they
yeah. There
most
was one
likely.
other thing I forgot to tell you.
All
As a
right, go
matter of
ahead.
fact, I think the following day, Aaron Greenberg tweeted out, all
Mm-hmm,
right, those floor plans that they leaked are not
mm-hmm.
legit. All right. Aaron Greenberg actually came out and said it. Yo, that's not legit. That's not the actuality of our actual booth space. And we have a
Right.
whole bunch of things lined up for this show. So
Mm-hmm,
prepare to be surprised. All right. So what are your
mm-hmm.
thoughts?
Honestly, bruh, this is just retarded. Fanboys really ain't got no lives. They're really concerned about Microsoft. It's just funny to me that when you look at these other type of fanboys of their preferred platform, and they so concerned about Microsoft because they're not, their preferred platform hasn't been in the news as of late. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? And that's what just concerns a lot of them fanboys. Their preferred platform news, they haven't been no news for their preferred platform. So if you look at it like this, right? from this whole generation, Xbox been in a lot of people's mouths instead of their preferred platform. They hating on Microsoft because they have some uniqueness with them that the other consumers that prefer their own platform don't have. Look at the features, look at the functionality, look at some of the games that Microsoft has out now and that is coming out in the future. So with this boot, that's supposedly what the floor plans are not accurate. If it's not from the horse's mouth, don't believe the hype. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's more like that's like a kid and play movie. They really too hype for, you feel me? They too hype for something that is not heard from the horse's mouth. You dig? And I'm gonna tell you right here, Microsoft has some games coming this year and beyond, and some surprises that's coming at E3. So stay tuned.
Exactly, man. Exactly. All right, so let's move on to that next subject, though, man. I wanted to touch upon Shadow of the Colossus. All right, it's the third time being remastered. All right, I've been hearing pros and cons from a lot of people. All
Right,
right. And what trips me out though, because I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World recently, and
right.
that world is alive. The vegetation, the creatures, the water. I mean, it's the game is freaking amazing. All right, spectacularly amazing. All right,
I
just to
agree.
coin a phrase from Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Spectacular. All right, but they still got the same game that they had on the PlayStation 2. All they did was throw on a new coat of paint. All right, now I understand why the world was dead in the PlayStation 2. You're limited by the hardware. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why it was so vacant, the areas and everything. And they still transferred that over to the PS4. All right, just with a fresh coat of paint. All right, so let's start off with you, Kano. What are your thoughts on, the new Shadow of the Colossus and, the pros and cons that are coming from people? That some people are really hating it, that they feel that the world is dead. And some people, I guess are straight up fanboys and they're like, oh, it's amazing. It's another masterpiece. What are your thoughts?
We call that the remaster station anyway, because most of the games that they have on that console is remasters. Even though I don't discriminate. If you love that console, that to each his own.
Yeah.
But
You
that
own one
right there,
yourself. It's not like you
yeah,
don't play the PlayStation 4.
yeah, I own a PlayStation 4. You feel me? I own all consoles. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
Mm.
though, man, this is too many remasters right here. You know what I'm saying? Even though, The Last Guardian didn't even do as well. You know what I'm saying? So they had to go backwards instead of going forward. You know what I'm saying? There's some games that they just should have came back instead of Shadow Carter. They should have just did a Cypher filter. They could have did a Brave Fencer
Thank you.
Musashi. You heard me?
Mm.
They could have, we even heard of Spyro the Dragon coming back. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? They took it back to PlayStation 1 because, what I'm saying, Spyro the Dragon fell off as of late. But those classic games like from PlayStation 1, like I remember NFL Extreme, that was for the PlayStation 1. NFL Game Day, all them type of games, you feel me?
Hmm.
And they gonna sit back and remaster this game over and over and over and over again. I bet you when they do the next generation console, they're gonna bring this game back once again. You dig? I say they gotta stop. They got to stop thinking about the same game and start creating more original content, which they have. I seen Ghost of Tsushima's they got some of the original stuff, but they gotta stop with the remasters and take their resources that they have to create something new and innovative. Because people are gonna end up getting tired of playing the remasters. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the generation from PlayStation has been remasters. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get heat from that, but it's the truth. Nothing but the truth to help me God.
No, exactly. You actually hit the nail right on the head with that, though, man. I can't front. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with you, 100. What are your thoughts on all this, man?
Oh man, I've been looking around. I was thinking about purchasing this. It was like $40, and I'm like, man, it can dust off the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? And like, okay, I looked at the game. The game looks gorgeous. It looks very
Hmm.
gorgeous. And I'm like, okay, this game look good. And then I'm seeing was kind of making me kind of like leery. I was like, this is the best remaster. This is the best looking game on consoles. Huh? All right. That's how you feel. It's your opinion. That's your opinion. Okay, shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
I got my mind telling myself, shut up. Don't get on them. So, cause I listen to IG. Like I say, people. Yeah, I am an Xbox dude through and through, but I can look that. You know what I'm saying? I do got common sense. It ain't common too much no more. So I'm sitting here like, okay. So we actually jumped on Mixer. Mixer actually promoted this game when it came out.
Wow.
So me and my man Flip jumped on Mixer. Was like, okay, yeah. Okay, because I remember watching a what you call it movie, Alan Sessler movie. When his family died in 9/11, something. They were playing Shadow Colossus
Yeah.
on that movie, and I'm like, okay, this is it has to be a cult following. People has to love it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I might give it a chance, and then I know people that played it and they loved it. It was like, man, this shit still got the same mechanics. But I'm like, it got the same mechanics. All right. So then I'm getting hit on Twitter. You need to catch a L for Shadow Colossus. Motherfuckers they argue with me. It's a remaster. It's a remake. I said, no, it ain't a remake. A remake is a different telling of a story. This is the same shit.
Like the DMC.
That's what I'm saying. The mechanics, it's just a code. You never call. We say the Halo Master Chief Collection was a remake. No, that's a remaster. But all of a
Yeah.
sudden, you like old
A
games
remaster
now.
collection.
As a matter
Yeah,
of fact, we actually said Gears of War Ultimate Edition was a remaster,
That was
but
the true
if you think
remaster.
about it, it was a remake though because there was brand new cutscenes and everything that was not in the original game. So they actually enhanced the game even further. But yet to us though, we still call it a remaster. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
so
But they
yeah,
did go that extra 9 yards.
yeah. So I get people like it's a remake. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm like, so you know me, I get cocky. I say, go buy the motherfucker then and leave me alone. Don't red box it, buy it. I want to see it on the top of the NBT, wherever they are watching the NBD, MP, double OG. Go. I hope you guys, I want to hear it on them charts. I want to see it on the Amazon top seller. Go buy the collector's edition and leave me the fuck alone because I don't give two fucks. I'm just telling you that I'm like, yeah, but when we was loving Gears of War, when we was loving Halo, when Microsoft is spending $1 million a cutscene from Blur,
Yup. Yup.
the game looked, and then you have the option to look at the even which I didn't. Oh, I just thought about this. Even the Techno Bowl that came out on 360, that's in Game Pass.
Yep.
They redid that. You
Yep.
have an option to go look at the old Nintendo version.
Wow.
Why you don't got that on Shadow Colossus? I would love to see that. And you
I
stream it,
know, right?
and you can show like, damn, we did that with Halo Master Chief. Like, look at this. Whoa, we was excited for that on the 360. And then we like, oh, look at this shit. Damn, and I give kudos to Sony for making a true remaster. I get it to you.
Yeah,
None of that.
exactly. The
I give
first actual remaster they've done this generation.
I give them credit. I give credit where credit is due.
And not only that, they remade the Mutant Football League too. They took it back, but they revamped it. You dig what I'm saying? They made it
They
something
brought it back to the
almost new.
old Genesis days. They brought it back to that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
need to
actually pretty
download
fun.
that tonight. Yeah, I need to download that tonight. Tuck was telling me about that. And matter of
Yeah,
fact, I want to
yo.
shout out to my man Hebot. It's his daughter's birthday. Tell her happy birthday. It's her birthday. Happy birthday from all of us, from Intro Media and all the affiliates and the Direct Deck Show.
Already.
Exactly, man. Happy birthday to your daughter, Ebot. I hope
Yeah.
you have a
Happy
great night.
birthday.
Now, what I gotta say though, just to add one more, actually Kano brought it up. You know what I'm saying? The Last of Us. Oh, not The Last of Us. The one with the possum, man. The Last Guardian.
Oh,
The Last Guardian, all right? That wasn't even a remaster, people. That was a PlayStation 3 game that they threw on the PS4. All right, because that's the same graphics and everything that they had shown it for the PS3 PlayStation conference a while back. All right, and all they did was regurgitate that and spit it out on the PS4. All right, so and then this entire generation, y'all haven't really been getting remasters. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be getting reissues. All right, they've been reissuing you the same games. All right, because we get that
Like God
same
of
shit
War.
where we get the same shit with backwards compatibility, right, people? It ups the frame rate and it ups it to 1080p. That's exactly what PlayStation was throwing out, or Sony was shoveling out to its fan base, saying, "Oh, this is a remaster." So how's that a remaster? I got the same shit just by fucking playing a game on backwards compatibility. But yet you guys are charging them $60 or $40 or $50 to play that game all over again, which they already own. Dude, that doesn't seem like it's for gamers, yo. Seems like it's for their pocketbooks. But besides that, though, let's go to Triple Cup, man. What are your thoughts on Shadow of the Colossus, man? Are the pros and cons correct, man? Is it really just another remaster? Is it a remake the way some of these ponies is pointing out? What are your
I
thoughts?
mean, from what I was saying, it's just a plain old plain Jane remaster. The whole thing about this game, it's I don't like when they do games like that, as in the remasters. If you're gonna
Mm,
remaster a game, give me a collection. You know what I'm saying? When they did like the Nathan Drake collection, when they did the Halo collection, the Gears collection, when you bring in
mm.
old games like that, give a collection. Don't just give me that one game and then try to resell it for the whole price. You know what I'm saying? That I could see like
Yeah.
if I haven't played it, you know what I'm saying, but backwards compatibility would be the
Right.
perfect thing for that.
That's actually correct, right? I like the way you said that. Bring out a collection. They should have thrown Ico up in there and The Last Guardian. All right,
Yep.
along with that one. That would have been their trilogy.
And then sold that for $40. I could respect that, but when the way they doing it is like is a cash grab. Anytime you just taking the same and then they ain't doing nothing because the hardware pretty much could push those old school games like that to 1080p. So they ain't really doing too much of nothing. They might be, you know what I'm saying, putting a little bit of paint on it, but it ain't like they really got to put no blood, sweat, and tears into it. So I can't see me paying that type of money for that.
Yeah. Want to know what's even trippier? Is this dude running around on a dead planet? Is he like the only one on this planet, man? What's up with that?
No, I heard that he took. I think this place on that planet is just for like Colossus, and he sold something like to the devil to try to bring this girl back.
Where's
But
everybody else at though, man?
it ain't nobody else there. It's just a place in the world that
So
no
how
one
did he
goes
come
to.
into existence, yo? I mean, I thought they liked stories on the PlayStation, man. It's like, the fanboys on the PlayStation side, they be like, oh no, we love stories. So who the fuck are his parents, man? I mean, where did he come from? I mean, did he just come into existence? What's up with that?
Well, I think well, I listen to a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a bunch of people. They don't know that's really his girlfriend, his wife, or it could be his sister. We don't know if it's some incest going on. We don't know. We don't know, but he's doing this to bring her back to life.
Okay.
That's what he's doing it. And the person said, if you want to bring it back to life, this is what you got to do. You got to knock down these 12. I don't know if it's 12 or 16 colossuses. I don't even know how
All
many
right.
are they. And that's
I
part of
think
the
it's like
deal.
12. I think it's like 12 colors you got to knock
Okay,
out.
yeah. Yeah. So and they all got different things. But I watched a lot of people play it, like, but I'm like, it's to me, it's not for everybody. Everybody don't have that type of patience.
Yeah.
I just saw people, they stream for 8 hours and then they'll end up next day cut the best out of their stream in the last 25 minutes, and
Oh
they
no,
died in
definitely.
that 25 minutes. They died like 20 times.
I could imagine. Yo, but want to know what's another thing though? It's a remaster, right? I've seen the way the graphics look. And they look good. I mean, it's a fresh coat of paint, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different spin on Shadow of the Colossus. But yeah, I'll see something that's a multi-plat game like Assassin's Creed Origins, and that looks fucking phenomenal compared to Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, the colors just pop off the screen. Right? Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, it might be the art direction that they went for, but I don't think they went that extra mile. You know what I'm saying? And you want to talk about remasters? I mean, that Gears of War Ultimate Edition, where they remastered the first one and gave you the entire collection. Um, that they actually did a lot of changes. All right, I mean, major changes. Because I actually, when they first announced that, I was like, let me play the original. You know what I'm saying? So like that, I could see what it was, and I was like, because I didn't think it deserved a remaster. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, Gears don't need a remaster. I put on the first one. I was like, oh shit, damn. I guess it's been a while. It does need a remaster. The shit that they delivered was on par with Gears of War 4 for this generation. All
Yeah, they
right.
built that game from the ground up.
Yeah, dude, they built it from the ground up, though. The graphics, the whole nine, the brand new cutscenes and everything to just enhance the story even further, which I was like, yo, this is dope, man. This is the way you do a remaster. You know what I'm saying? You could say it was almost a remake, but yet, we in the Xbox community aren't that dumb because a remake actually means that you're changing a lot of the mechanics with the game in order to make a complete remake. Like Ninja Gaiden on the OG Xbox. Everybody remembers the Ninja Gaiden on the Nintendo platforms. You know what I'm saying? On the Super NES and on the NES. But when Ninja Gaiden came out on the Xbox, that was a remake, people. Like, there's a big difference
Right.
between the two. All right. That's
Of it.
something that some of you ponies don't understand. Now, what are your thoughts on that as far as actual remakes, Triple Cup?
Man, I look at that as a person, the difference between for me a remake and a remaster. The remake is like more like a reimagination. That way you could take a game and you had the same basic principle, but at the same token, you it's a different experience. You don't go through the same exact thing. You actually go
Exactly.
through something completely different, and it's actually worth playing again because you ain't seen everything. It's a new experience. But when you just take a game and you just upres it to 1080p. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. Me personally, if I'm gonna play a game that I already played not a beat, I'm not gonna just play it for that. You know, I prefer if it was a or a whole complete remake of a game where I'm going through a new experience. Because if I beat a game, then I pretty much through with it. I got my backlog too big for me to be playing a game over and over and over again that got the same exact story. So I need new experiences. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't too much care about this or remaster. But when you do it, like I was saying, just give it to me in a whole complete package. You know, that's the best outlook I could see about the whole situation of that. And say with the PlayStation people, they if they keep buying it, they're gonna keep making it. So that's what's gonna happen.
Exactly. I got another example. Devil May Cry. When they threw out DMC, that was a complete remake of the previous game. All right. They changed up the mechanics a little bit. It's actually more fluid. All right. In order to chain the combos. And it was wicked. But yet it got dumped on because they changed the lead character, the way he looked. All right. But either way, still at the end of the day, the gameplay was phenomenal. All right. And that's where a lot of you people freaking, I don't know, come out your asshole and shit talking crap, saying that the game wasn't that good when the game was the best playing Devil May Cry to date. All right. Just because you ain't like the central character and whatnot or the lead character, it didn't make it any less amazing. Now let's go with you, Kano. And plus, do you have any examples as to what's a remaster and a remake?
All right, remasters is basically like I was saying, is basically like a basically shade of paint on the game. You feel me? And the story is
Mm-hmm.
basically the same. The reboot is they retelling it. The story from people that wasn't familiar with the character in the beginning. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what game. If you look at Halo Master Chief Collection, if you look at Halo 2 when they redone that, you could tell they enhanced the graphics a little bit. If you
Mm-hmm.
look at God of War 3 remaster, they only touched the graphics up a smidget, but it was just the same thing. It really what they didn't really do too much anything new to the game, if not at all. You
Dude,
dig?
it was a backwards compatible title on the Xbox One, really. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, basically. But all in all, though, man, when you look at the situation, man, it's just at the end of the day, it's just too many remasters. You know what I'm saying? I can understand reboots because it's telling a story from a different perspective because there's not too many of that. You dig what I'm saying? And if you look at
Exactly.
Shadow of the Colossus, it's just a whole fresh coat of paint. It really ain't nothing new with the game. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the character is trying to find Ben, like that, like Ben the movie with the cat with the mouse and all that.
Yeah.
But that's what basically Shadow of the Colossus to me, just trying to find a friend or whatever. You feel me? And the real
Trying
games
to
that
find a friend. I like the way you said that. Trying to find a friend.
that's basically if you look at it, they're fighting big old giants just to find a friend. What happened to my friend? You know what I'm saying? That type of aspect of the game. But reboots, I look at God of War Ultimate Edition like somewhat of a reboot because if you look at the sense they built the game from the ground up, added different story portions into the game and kind of critique it to make it better from the original. You could tell from the difference. You feel me? In a sense,
Yeah.
it's like half remaster, half reboot. If you look at it, God of War 3 remaster was just a straight up remaster. It wasn't even a remaster. It was just smidge of graphics
Upres.
and yeah,
Upres.
it was uprising. It's same storytelling. It wasn't new. Then same thing with the Last of Us remaster. It really wasn't new. All they did was just they added the extra DLC and the multiplayer to the whole thing. And yes, I got the Last of Us remastered, so don't get it twisted. That's like one of my favorite games. But
All right.
but like I said, if you look at the situation in this generation, it's mainly been remasters, not enough creativity. It just people are not creating. And when it comes to developers, it's not really creative anymore. They just want to be lazy. They say, "Oh, okay, that's so well. Let's go ahead and bring it to the next generation." Look at Skyrim, for instance.
Yeah.
Skyrim, they bought that to the new generation, and it showed well last generation. It's like you have Elder Scrolls Online, but people want to know where's Elder Scrolls 6. They could be a sequel to Skyrim too. It's like where are those aspects of them games? Where are they at? And
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't find it. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Where are you, Skyrim 2? Where are you, Elder Scrolls 6? Matter of fact, where's Rage 2?
As a matter of
I
fact,
want
where's GTA 6?
yeah. Where is Manhunt 3? Where is Midnight Club? Where's the new Midnight Club at, huh? Where's the new Bioshock? You dig?
Yeah, exactly. Another remaster this generation. I mean, I remember people telling me, "Oh, you're gonna get the Bioshock collection." I was like, "Why? I got all three of them on 360."
Exactly. And I have them right now in my closet. You
Yeah, see,
hear
that's
me?
something I didn't do. I didn't go buy the Bioshock collection. I know what did one of them both been got upres, one got upres or something. But out of that collection, I had them all. I don't think yeah, I had them all. So I think we got what you call it for free, right?
Well,
Infinite.
I mean, if you
Did
got
we get
people that
infinite?
are really big on what is it, gamer points, right?
Oh,
In
I
order
didn't
to
even man.
up their gamer score, it was like, oh well,
Mm.
it's 3,000 gamer score. Right? Well, yeah, I'm happy
Man,
for
I
you.
wasn't caring for that. But only one I think I didn't beat out of the two, and I'm still trying to play that now because I'm back catalog is two. And I'm enjoying two.
Yeah,
Some people I didn't like two because you're playing this Big Daddy. It was so good, so I like it. Shut up. You know what
exactly,
I'm saying?
yo.
But I'm liking it. I didn't get to play it. I like it now. Out of the three, one still is that that one still gave me that feeling like wow. That you know what I'm saying? I like the last one, but the first one still hit me with that wow. And that's how you build a franchise when that first one hits you with the wow.
You talk about
Hmm.
Bioshock 1?
Bioshock One.
Yeah,
Bioshock One hit me with the
Yeah.
wow fuck like whoa. Like Gears of War hit me with the wow. Halo hit me with the wow factor. Like whoa. Like, okay, I didn't think about that. Gave me a different experience, you know what I'm saying? The twists and the turns. That's
Right.
how you do a single player game because single player games you gotta have the story. If you don't have
yep.
that story and you can intrigue anybody, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? And what they did with Bioshock and them, I didn't to me is yeah, they could have remastered all three of them. If they wanted to and gave it in the package. But I think Microsoft messed it up. I mean, kind of messed it up. Was like, hey, you know what? They wanted. They were like, oh, we want a multi-plat. You know what? People was like, okay, I can get it backwards compatible, and most people was all right with it because it wasn't like a super difference to me with one. And them type of games, you do so much in Bioshock, and you get with that story. I don't know too many people to go back and go play them. You just happy to beat that damn thing. Like, okay,
Yeah, true that, true that. And I'm actually glad that you brought up BioShock, just for the simple fact that last generation they were saying how the 360 was underpowered when it compared to the PS3 because the PS3 had the cell processor. But yet, Bioshock had a rock solid frame rate and the visuals were glorious. And I say the same thing about the Bioshock version of PS3. All right. I mean, that in a lot of parts, you actually felt like you was playing in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? When Neo would go, full slow mo on dudes and whatnot, that's what happened to Bioshock. Same thing with Arkham Knight. I mean, the PS3 was a shitstorm in the greatest sense of the word and whatnot. The only games that were actually really good was actually just first party, man. First party. Even the developers from Valve, they actually didn't want to bring the orange box over to PS3 because they said it wasn't even worth programming for. And this generation, you know what I'm saying? After that E3 press conference a couple of years back, where basically Microsoft, I guess, stuck their foot in their mouths and whatnot, and they wasn't able to explain exactly what the benefits to the Xbox One was to the customers, to the fan base. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fanboys jumped out the woodwork to start slanging mud and all this stuff. So they actually held back on what we could have actually had as actually sharing our games with like 10 other people instead of just the one, which we got now. All right. Because they actually had to take all that stuff out. All right, because
Mhm.
of the backlash, the fan backlash. Now it's a shame though, because this generation, I've looked at games from both sides. I play on PS4 all the time at my cousin's crib. I play Xbox One all the time as well. He's normally coming over here every now and then as well in order to play on Xbox One, just like I go to his crib. And I see the differences in the games. Yeah, Sony's games, they look prettier to a certain degree. But how many characters is there on the screen in any Sony exclusive? I mean, I'll look at a game like Rise Son of Rome, which was actually a launch title, and you can have anywhere from 20 to 30 to 50 dudes on screen, just all of them individually battling and everything. Meanwhile, I'll look at a game like The Last of Us, and I'm seeing what, three, four, five people on screen, six people. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with like the Uncharted, the last one, the Uncharted 4. How many people do you actually see on screen at any given time? Meanwhile, we had Dead Rising 3 at launch where there was like over 100 some odd zombies on screen. All right. It's just ridiculous, man. It's like, can the PS4, I mean, supposedly it's supposed to be more powerful, right? I mean, at the beginning of this generation, they was talking about that it had 50% more power, when of course we know it was 50% more bullshit. But what PlayStation game actually has a whole bunch of characters on screen? Not even the Order 1886. Normally that would have like 8 people on screen tops. All right.
Mhm.
And in most sections, you actually only saw 3 or 4 people on screen. All right. But tops, you would see 8 people on screen. I mean, what is it? What is it with those consoles, man? How is it that Microsoft is able to show these giant mega battles on Halo? You know what I'm saying? On freaking Gears of War, you know, Rise Son of Rome, run cars at 60 frames per second, 1080p, which PlayStation was able to do recently with Gran Turismo Sport. And I think it's only the Pro Edition. I'm not sure if it was actual PS4. Um, but what are your thoughts about that? As far as like the different types of exclusives that's come out this generation. Let's start with you, Chuck.
All right, like what you
You about
mean
to
by like
hold that
what?
L, Triple Cup. You just about to hold that L. If you come to the mic, you gonna hold that L today.
Ah, nah,
You
man.
Nah,
Yeah, I
nah.
can't. I can't. I gotta go fast. I can't even breathe. But nah, but for real though, um, like what you mean by
Do you
like
see
what
major
we see?
differences between the games as far as like the exclusives? It's like, does it ever make you wonder why you actually see more characters on screen on Xbox One exclusive versus a PlayStation 4 exclusive? Could it be
No,
because of the CPU? Because
I
the
just about to
Xbox One
say
actually
that
has a faster CPU?
right. I just about to say that the CPU is king. People don't even realize the CPU has always been the main drive for the fun factor of a game. So a lot of people when you see the CPU, when you get all the zombies coming on screen at one time, that CPU is really working. That's the only way that can actually come to pass to get all this stuff. And like with you were saying with the Dead Rising, they said every individual zombie had its own individual look. So it wasn't
Mhm.
like you had clones of zombies like how that other zombie game that PlayStation got.
Days Gone?
Yeah, that's a bunch of clone zombies. So we didn't have that problem with those games. But when they be saying about it was all about the 1080p 60 frames. I was like, what about the games and the gameplay? Like how many zombies they could have on there? Like the big outraw they had about what it was Assassin's Creed, the
Unity, yep. Assassin's Creed
Unity.
Unity.
Yeah, and it wasn't Xbox holding it back, but they was talking about parody. No parody then. Now, if they would have actually did no parody, boy, everybody that was a PlayStation fan would have been up in the raw. I mean, I think they would have lost their marbles. Them shits was gone, cause you know what I'm saying. They it's hard to talk shit, say you want some shit, then when you get the shit that you want, you find out actionality. It went against the shit that you were trying to do, and that's move the goalpost. Cause ain't no way that this parody stuff should be about. But you know what I'm saying, some companies feel like they have to do it for the simple fact of they trying to put out the fire. They don't want to be involved in this fanboy stuff. They just a corporation trying to make money, make gains and stuff like that. They not trying to get into this mud slinging back and forth. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about that Trump life. So you know what I'm saying? They just trying to do what they do. You know, like when the single player games is not as demanding. That's why a lot of it is be pretty and stuff like that. They be having all the glory with the graphics, but at the same time, you got to have a big world that's full of things that make you feel alive, that to immerse you into the game. It's the small things like you might see a rabbit or something run by while you're in the woods, or some wolves or something pass by, or some other battle going in the background while you fighting over here. You know, these type of things is what really immerse you into the game. But sometimes it's old sayings that mean the most. You know what I'm saying? You don't miss what you don't have. So when a person never had that, they can't miss it, so they don't know what they missing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, valid point. Very
Yeah,
valid
well
point.
said, well said. Now, at the beginning of this generation, I had pointed out Rise Son of Rome. You know what I'm saying? Which looks phenomenal. And I remember when Uncharted 4 came
Fun
out,
ass game.
and Ponies was actually, jumping all over for joy and glee and whatnot. Ah, we got God of War, our first greatness. Greatness has finally reached the PlayStation 4. And I was like, dude, we had that at the beginning of this generation. What are you talking about? It's like, nah, but the graphics are amazing. It's like, right, Rise Son of Rome is no slouch in the graphics department, brother. Y'all was talking resolution at the beginning of this generation. Now it's no longer about resolution because fucking the X came out. You know what I'm saying? So that resolution argument got thrown out the fucking window. But let's go with you, Kano. What are your thoughts, as far as like comparing the different types of games and whatnot? Do you believe that the Xbox One, because you own both, the Xbox One, does it actually have a faster CPU? Is that the reason why there's actually more characters on screen?
In my opinion, from playing the two, yeah. To be honest with you, from playing Uncharted 4, I noticed the frame rate was 30 frames per second. Even with Rise on the Run was like 30 frames per second. But you could
Mm-hmm.
tell like between the two, it's a little bit, Rise is a little bit more smoother, saying than Uncharted because there was niches here and there that I caught that kind of got agitated to me on the game.
Really?
But yeah, I caught a little niches here and there. But all in all, Uncharted 4 is one hell of a game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is one hell of a game. Rise on the Run,
Mm-hmm.
one hell of a game. That's a gem that Microsoft do need to bring back, and that's a cult. That's generated a cult following. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Cult classic.
So,
Cult classic.
Now, if you look at Days Gone and Dead Rising 3,
Mm-hmm.
Days Gone just now started putting more of the mutants onto on the processor for the PS4 than how Microsoft already has put that on there. Now, since the X came out, the X already enhances, what they could put on to the actual game. Let's say if they do like a Dead Rising 5 for exclusive to
Mm-hmm.
the Xbox. Let's say if they do that. You could have so many zombies on the Xbox One X now than you did when Dead Rising 3 came out. You know what I'm saying? It'll be so many more zombies that's on Dead Rising 5 than they do on Days Gone with the mutants. You dig? So
Yeah.
when it comes to the CPU and GPU, is the Xbox One X has more of the enhancements than the Pro. The Pro is kind of like that's the PS 4.5, and they should have waited until they had more of the technology and resources to compete with the Xbox One X. They just rushed to put it out there. And now it's at the point right now that the Xbox One X it can go from 2021 22, honestly, because like I said, that machine right here hasn't been used to its fullest potential yet. That's like
Mm-hmm.
all consoles hasn't been used to its fullest potential yet.
Yeah.
You
True
know what
that.
I'm
True
saying?
that.
That's really all I gotta say about it.
All right. Yeah. Actually, there's a lot more things that we should be getting excited for in the years to come because that's when these consoles are really going to start showing what they can do. On the 360, Halo 4 is a very good example. You know what I'm saying? When Halo 4 came out on the 360, dude, I was blown away. And it's not like we ain't see great games before that. We already had seen Alan Wake. We already had seen the Gears 3. We had seen a few games, even Gears Judgment. Oh my gosh, that shit was phenomenal as well. But they actually haven't gotten down to the actual metal of the hardware to show us what these consoles are actually capable of. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Assassin's Creed Origins is a very good example as well. You know what I'm saying? I never knew an Assassin's Creed could look that glorious. All right. In 1080p or 4K, depending on what console you own. Now, let's go with you, 100. What are your thoughts on all this, man?
Man, with the exclusive wise, I like Xbox exclusives. Have no problem. But my issue is with I don't check this out. Why they don't have a game that can run in 4K, 60 frames per second? Why don't have one that can do 1080p? Then what you say? What the new?
1080p
Uh,
60 frames?
yeah,
Yeah, I know the
mostly
PS4 is supposed to be
yeah,
hard.
supposed to be this
I
fire,
mean,
but what? That's their
mhm,
exclusives though. Just
yeah,
Microsoft makes sure they're exclusives. Halo runs. It might run Dynamic Revolution at the time, but it ran 60. Forza
Yeah, it
ran
did.
60.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the only what was Forza Horizon, but look at all the shit. Look at the big ass maps and all the shit. Like they tried, you can see that their developers took the architect of the CPU, the GPU, the motherboard, and they was trying to find out all type of ways. Like you mentioned Halo 4. No one never thought that will get put on that looks that gorgeous on the 360. That was a shock. But then Microsoft showed you, look, if you put your mind to it, this can happen.
Yeah.
This is, but they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Horizon Zero Dawn should run at 60.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. It isn't
What's the other
45
one?
frames.
No One Cares should have ran at 60. You see nobody caring about it at the time. All that shit they do on our motherfucking face. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Should ran at 60, especially at least on the Pro.
Yeah,
Even on the
definitely.
Pro. Now they're going back talking about now we're gonna get super sampling. I be hearing this shit. I'm like, it's sometimes it be a bunch of hypocrites. When it's all right to now have dynamic scaling.
I know it
As
wasn't
long
right before though when they had it on the Xbox games, but now it's all right.
that that's what stuff that irritates like people like me and you. We get irritated about it because we're like we don't have a problem with it. It don't mess up the game. The game was not like oh it's a bad game. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, to me it's not what the game looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's how the game plays. To tell you the truth, I I
Yeah.
I played Alex Kidd the other night. In that game do not look graphically impressive anymore, but it's fun as shit to me.
Yeah.
Maybe not to everybody else, but it's fun as shit to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the gameplay. Like I'll put this way, I was amazed of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I was amazed.
Oh my
I played it
gosh.
and I had
Yeah,
people that was
he was
sitting
talking
there.
about that for months.
That I was like,
Oh
man, I can
yeah.
see the crystal, and this before the enhanced version. I'm like, look
Exactly.
at the ice crystals in the snow. I didn't. I'm like, I was shocked because my expectations. I kind of keep them in between high and medium.
Yeah.
But the first one was amazing. So I was, usually sequels don't top. Even in movies and stuff, usually the sequel don't top the original.
Yo, but this actually seemed
Yeah.
like what we were talking earlier. A reboot, a remake. All right, because this wasn't the definitive edition, which was actually a rebooted in and of itself from the original Tomb Raider series, from Tomb Raider Underworld. They did a complete reboot and came out with the definitive edition. And then for the definitive edition, they did another reboot to what we got in Rise of the Tomb Raider.
And that game, like I said, it didn't like it upped the ante. Like from the other,
Exactly.
it upped the ante, and what it is they're doing. End up getting it's going to get a standalone movie, and it's talking about the video game.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I was like, boom, I'm like, yeah, which Microsoft would say, hey man, I don't, I don't care if everybody gets to play it or not. I don't care. I just want to play it. So to me, that's Microsoft's, what you call it, Nathan Drake. But people say, well, they copied off of copy. How they copied and they were out before that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Laura Croft been out since the fucking Sega days.
Oh yeah. I saw the fanboys. Yeah, that they were saying that they copied off Uncharted. I was like, wait a minute.
That's
Who
when
came
fanboys
first?
be like. That's
Who
when
came first?
fanboys
Lara
like.
Croft or Nathan Drake? Who came first, the chicken or the egg, bro?
That's like fanboys don't even know the history on what came first, and that's the retardedness
And but
of the generation.
yeah, and with Tomb Raider, I mean, she always was like the same type of person. The only thing that's different with the new Tomb Raider is the old Tomb Raider. She used to always run around with her two pistols. That was her signature weapons. Now it's all about the crossbow. So you know what I'm saying?
I like the crossbow more. I wear the gun.
Actually, not the crossbow, the bow and arrow, though,
Yeah,
to
I
be
like the
honest.
bow
Yeah,
and
the bow
arrow
and
better
arrow.
But
than
it's more about survival, the way I
yeah.
see it, bro.
Yeah.
Like
But
you
Because
might
remember,
play
you could
stealth.
craft bombs on the fly while you're getting dumped on and everything. Grab a canister and shit, lace that shit, throw some. I mean, dude, it's
Man,
amazing.
Hang
It's
on, but
amazing.
hang on. Did they shit on the first one about that one that you couldn't craft on the fly? What they do? Did they fix it? That was that was more amazing. When I crafted and then did it on the fly, and then they integrated the animals. I mean, when I first fought
Yep.
that bear, You felt the
Oh.
depth of the snow.
Man, I
And,
jumped my ass
woo,
over the first scene that man. Oh man, woo. Man, that shit was ridiculous, boy. Hey, then the
Dude, I kept
Maverick
running
and
around the
the
tree, bro.
yeah, that's
no,
what
I
I
end up,
did too. Hey, I jumped out
man,
the edge of the cliff.
man, yeah, and I'm sitting here, but I died about 6 times till I figured out, like, okay, look, if the snow is deep, it slows you down automatically. It's sometimes the
Mhm.
simple things make the game. Like, it's just not like all this one snow is all level that you can just run across. So if you don't run in the right direction of the snow, you get called that bear finna tear your ass up. I'm like, and I put
Yeah.
it this way, Laura died some horrible deaths. I'm saying it when she
Yeah.
died. It's graphical.
Hey, you seen the one where she was in the water and she was going down the water and if you missed the little thing, the stick hit or not the stick, the tree
The
branch or
pole.
whatever goes through you. Man,
Yeah,
It would
I
go
was
through
going
her
Bruce.
under her neck, under her jaw, and stick
yeah,
up through her head.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah.
yeah,
She get
like Bruce.
impaled. Uh,
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I died
yeah.
a couple times just to see the shit.
Like even the story, like now they use. I don't think the last one. I don't know if it was because I didn't play all the Tomb Raiders, but I didn't think Trinity was mentioned. I like how they mentioning Trinity, and they mention it in the movie also now. Like they
yup.
built another branch. Like that's a rematch. That's a remake because what they took from the old ones, we didn't know. We knew something about her possible. We knew about it more about the movies than on the video games. They
Yeah.
actually what broke it down. This is what you know. You know, it was her how. No, I don't want to spoil it for nobody. You go play it if y'all ain't played it, but the turns and the twist. Even go
Mm.
biblical to a certain extent.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Uh, so and the like the scare tactics. Saying my thing is I kind of like a run and gun dude, but I kind of wanted to play that little stealthier. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can jump on him, buck 50 him in his neck, shoot him with a bow,
Yeah.
like they asked on Twilight. And it's not like you hit one button to do this. You thinking about this combination.
Yep.
Right, because you
Thinking
might got
about
a
this because
left
I like,
trigger, left button, slide
yeah, I'm like,
over a little
Dude,
yeah,
bit.
just like
Yeah,
that scurry move that she does on the ground, that she doesn't actually roll on the ground. She like scurries first on the ground. I've done that a few times in order to avoid dudes from blasting my head off and pull out my shotgun while I'm scurrying real quick, pull out the shotgun and then blast them full center in the chest. Like
yeah,
like
blah.
yeah.
that move. I think I was in Vegas because when I first played it, I think it was my birthday, and I went to Vegas, and
Hmm.
and I couldn't make a video because I went out for the week. So what I did was I took the gameplay off of. I got on my laptop and I took the gameplay off the Xbox, and it was so crazy. Where when I said, "Damn," I said, "Damn," people talking about greatness. I'm gonna show you greatness when she jumped out the water and you buck 50 to do it and you choke him out. That was some of the
Yeah,
coolest shit in the world. Then I walked over and I crept up and I shot the fire thing and it started blowing shit all up and the shit started crashing down. I said, you that felt like you were part of a action movie.
yep.
Yeah, it really did. Hey, the other killer part was when you had the executions. You know what I'm saying? You have a shotgun, you could enable like your execution, so you get up on a person, you'll knock them down, and then they almost like the quick time adventure where you hit wide and you'll pull a
Uh-huh.
shotgun out, just boom, or you pull
Yep.
the pistols out, or you know what I'm saying? It was just man, that game that was just the best. The
E-
whole stealth mode, it make you want to be stealthy. It made it exciting to actually be stealth,
Exactly.
and run around
and,
trying to
and you
find
had
things.
control of what you actually did. Like you said, you mentioned certain weapons, so it's like different types of executions that you have for certain weapons.
Right.
It wasn't something that you just hit one random button and whatnot, and whatever execution they throw out, it was what you got.
Yeah, yeah, that shit was a movie more than a game, but it actually let you play it. It wasn't like it hold your hand. You actually had the chance to play it.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked
Hmm.
about it, because a lot of the games that's movie orientated, where it's like a movie, they either walking simulators or they've got a little bit of action and most storytelling. This was like the perfect
Mm.
balance of storytelling and actually action that you could actually play, and it had stealth, and it had and then you kept upgrading your equipment and doing things, so it kept you involved into the game. And then the graphics just was always just beautiful, so it kept you just looking at the scenery, and when you had to figure out puzzles and stuff. So you looking how beautiful the world is at the same time while you trying to figure something out. So you still being amazed while you trying to figure out this maze of a puzzle they didn't put together.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man.
Man, I love Tomb.
All right. Everybody on the next subject. Actually, anybody could bring something to the table now and whatnot. what actually popped off this week that anybody
Oh,
wants to bring
but
to the
something that I
table?
did see. I made a video. I just didn't put it out. Like, my brother do the video and get sick, and like, damn, I forgot about it. It was Now I want to hear y'all the motherfucking ponies in the comment section because this shit goes to all consoles. I guess the government, what I'm saying, hit Sony up for like transcripts and everything because they thought this guy was a terrorist. And
Oh
we be
yeah,
in
yeah,
Xbox
yeah.
parties. We be in Xbox parties.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers need to watch what they say. Please do not tell your drug deals on the interweb
Yeah.
because they can get the motherfuckers. And I was shocked. Like you said, this is kind of like, first time Sony kind of just gave it out. Usually they fight because most of these companies will try to need like a higher warrant.
Yeah, yeah, but it was a terrorist though,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
terrorist
so
alert.
yeah. So that's how they pulled it off. But I know people
I
be
mean,
calling
Sony
me.
voluntarily gave up the information
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, they
So
had to. They had to though, regardless, man.
they
It's
could
a
fire.
federal
They could.
warrant.
Yeah, they could
No,
find it, but it's kind of hard to attain that.
Apple don't give up no information.
It's kind of hard to. All right, I had I do small businesses, and I
Um,
had a dude
Apple
broke it
might
down to
not
me.
give up information, but if they get a federal
They get a
warrant,
fair,
they have
okay,
to.
do it, but they don't tell nobody that they did it. That's only
Exactly.
in court and it's sealed.
hmm So you got to give props to Sony on that aspect, though.
Yeah,
They let them know that
yeah.
they actually gave out the information. You know what I'm
So,
saying? People were shocked on that.
yeah, so person told me information, and I was like, I went to go do a job. I do IT, so I went to go do a job, and I'm like, why do you need Outlook? You got Outlook.com. You got Google. You know what I'm saying? You got Gmail. You got Yahoo. He said, if I was doing something illegal, not telling you I am or I'm not, he said, if I'm using Outlook and I download that from the web, that's a whole different warrant and subpoena, and it's hard to get it. And he said, also, if I take it down and it went on my computer and I encrypted it, that's a whole different ball game too, because they can't use. You can say that they can come back and make that issue with saying that, well, Gmail was a lie. I didn't say that. I have it downloaded on my computer. So that's why you see a lot of people use like different clients to do
Yeah,
it.
but that's what people don't understand though, because I read about a little bit more of what that that information that Sony gave to the federal government, and Sony has all that information backed up on their servers. Right. So
Well,
I imagine
Sony,
Microsoft, Apple, all these big
they all
corporations
do.
have all that information backed
Yeah.
up on their servers.
But see, Sony. It's a place in Nevada. I had made a video and people think I'll be bullshitting, and I read an article on it. Sony hires these people to keep these sensitive documents or whatever they have, and they have to guard this place in Nevada. They have X motherfucking Navy SEALs, Green Berets, everything. So what are you hiding, Sony? So it's some things that I guess you know the CIA can take you. The thing about it, if they really want to get you, they can get you. To tell you the truth, they can take this. They can take your phone signal out the air and listen to
hmm
everything you're saying.
Yep.
They can do it. They can do it all. But I be hearing people on Xbox Live. I don't know about PSN. I don't know if they still talking. No Nintendo. You gotta hook up to a life support machine. But kind of watch what you be saying on this interweb, because you see they could consider you a terrorist and get your ass. Because I done heard drug deals. See what's I'm gonna do this and that. Why are you doing it? We don't want to hear it.
I know. It's
Why are
like,
you
dude.
telling? Why are you going to? Oh, I'm thinking about smoking something. I'm thinking about shooting whoopty whoop. Why are you saying it? Because you're incriminating yourself. Because think about this, it turns to social media now.
hmm
This whole thing turned to social media. And like I say, Sony turned everything. Sony turned over all his records, what he bought, his use of time, his data. Sony turned it all over.
Yeah.
So, if you got to kind of watch what to say. Now, I ain't saying you can't match to a young lady, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But this shit gets raw
And they
out here.
caught him too. They caught him.
Yeah.
Once they turned all that information over, they knew exactly where old dude was going because obviously he said it on the PlayStation Network.
And I'm not saying that the PlayStation Network is for terrorists and stuff like that. So somebody
I
gonna
know,
take this
right? Some people
video
might actually say that
and
some of
say
these
that.
ponies and shit.
Yeah, if you say it, I ain't said it. If I catch you saying it, I'm gonna get medieval on your ass.
I mean,
Good
but it's the
shit.
second time terrorist stuff go on the PlayStation though. You know, it's starting to become a common thing.
I know, right? It's not the first time that it was linked to things of terrorism, right?
Right.
It's actually like the second or the third time and stuff that we've heard things like
Well, they
that.
got over 18 million consoles sold, so I guess they got to get used for something because
80.
they ain't playing no
Yeah,
game.
supposedly
They ain't
80.
get they ain't playing no games.
They playing more
They ain't
YouTube than
they ain't
gaming.
buying them.
Man, you know what they watching on the PlayStation. Ain't no secret. You know what the number one thing is.
Yeah, Pornhub.
Yup.
Pornhub and shit. Wow, I'm still amazed that that's still number one on the PlayStation though, man.
That's
That's
mainly what the
ridiculous.
people that bought that PS4 for.
Right. And then try to watch in VR or some shit.
Probably probably some of your favorite pony YouTubers. That's the number one reason why they bought it. That's why they don't be playing their games.
They,
And
they
it's
they
one of
watch
y'all.
them videos on Pornhub that's in 3D on those Bravias, those
Yeah.
Bravia 3D TVs that are no longer in existence.
Mhm. Shoot, it's
Yeah.
one of their favorite YouTubers. What's that nigga? Gay Barry. I saw him. Somebody sent me something that he buying ladies' butts on the interweb. I don't know. Hey, had his name on it. Hey, but he a PlayStation. This a man that dressed up like a clown for PD PlayStation experience. So hey, I guess what they
Damn.
like.
Hey, homie ain't getting none. That's a shame, man.
Man,
Yeah, man,
man,
ain't gonna lie. Showstopper used to be killing them. Show used to be in going in. Man, I used to watch his videos. He'll talk about the PlayStation VR and the crazy the VR games they got. I mean,
Oh, this shit was hilarious, bro.
man, I couldn't. I was dying laughing. I don't. If you was a PlayStation person, you just had to put your head in your shell and just take it because it wasn't no redeeming yourselves for that one. Man,
Yeah,
it
you
was
had to become a
ridiculous.
Ninja Turtle instantly. Put your
Right,
head down.
well, they over there fighting dicks on Persona 5. So shit, they still in line. Shit, I ain't gonna
man.
fight
I
no
see.
goddamn.
I seen on here where they showed a dude getting married to an anime girl on through a VR headset and actually had a real wedding through the VR set with an anime girl. I was like,
Uh,
too much too for a
Seriously?
PlayStation. Y'all done it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
real
Oh, he
shit.
ain't lied. Okay, though that game exists. All right.
Oh man,
Man,
You
that's
did,
no lifers right there, bro. That's really a no
dude.
lifer.
They have a game where they actually made a sequel to, man. Something about spending your summer vacation with a schoolgirl.
oh
oh
Uh,
man,
yeah,
Wait,
it,
what?
and
Hell
they made a
no, man.
sequel to that shit, bro. I was like,
man.
what?
Come on, man.
and then you wonder why we don't want to play no Japanese games. Oh,
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God. At least not those type of games. Know what I'm
no,
saying?
I like
Not
Japanese
those
games.
type of games.
I
That
like
shit is just
Japanese. I mean,
trash, yo.
y'all don't think we like Japanese games? We do. We like the Ninja Gaidens. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
Me
you
and
was playing the
Kalada
hell
probably
out of
own
Dragon
it.
Ball Fighter Z.
Man,
And then Monster Hunter. Monster
man,
Hunter is a
Monster
Japanese
Hunter.
game.
Everybody,
Oh
man.
hell
What
yeah,
else?
dude!
You
I
know
saw
we
you
played the
picked it
shit
up,
out of
Kano.
Neo Geo
Listen,
games.
I was playing it, and I've been playing it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be playing it right in a little bit.
Man, that gonna make me
All
buy that
right.
shit, man. I'm trying to replace. See, I got addiction to, you know what I'm saying? I like I got addiction to
You need
women.
to get on Monster Hunter, yo. I
Oh,
can't front, man. I
like I'm
can't
you,
tell you enough.
like I'm
That's the
addicted to
100.
first
women.
masterpiece
Like
of
I'm
this
addicted
year,
to
bro.
women, man. I'm addicted to women. I'm addicted to buying these games. I gotta quit buying this shit, man. I buy games every fucking week.
Look, 100. I tell you like this here. Once you play Monster Hunter,
I
PUBG
saw it
gonna be a
today.
fade memory for a little
Nah,
while.
I can't. Nah, I can't.
I'm
Nah.
telling you. I'm
It just
telling
wait.
you, bro. It
Madden,
pub.
It's
Madden.
on
You
some
know, my
shit,
most
yo.
played, most played game is what Madden most of the
Yeah.
time, mostly every year, right? Um, I think I went on. I just happened to look. You know, when you go to Xbox Rewards, and when I saw it for the first time, now I've been backing off a little bit off of Pub Jesus, but you know, shout out to my man Neff because every time you get on, you want to play some PUBG. You know what I'm saying? They get on me, they know I play PUBG,
Uh-huh.
but it calls me back. You know what I'm saying? It's still that drug. You know what I'm saying? I could quit drinking alcohol for 4 or 5 days. It's still gonna call me. You want to drink?
PUBG is like the Eddie Kane of the operation, huh?
Man,
You have one game, two games. I'm a gameaholic now.
yeah, I put it this way. Like I watched Lady play her and El Boogie and them play today on Twitch when I was working. And I'm like, damn, they're gonna have me get this game. Get it. I'm gonna hit it, but I'm trying to resist.
Now you gonna get
Cause
it. I said by the end of
Yo, go
next
with
week you
the
gonna get it.
flow, man. Go with the flow. The
I'm
game is
like,
that
yeah,
amazing, bro.
all right. See, man. I said, man, see, the devil is a lie. I can't go with this shit, man. Come on, can I? Because see, I picked between. I made a pass. I said, okay, what I'm gonna get? I'm either get Dragon Ball Z Fighters. That I'm disappointed in the story mode right now. I'm really disappointed in it. and I should have got Monster Hunter. And people was telling me get Monster Hunter, fuck Dragon Ball. But you know, we fight. I'm a fight man. I like the fighters.
So do I, man. Y'all know me,
And
man. I
and I'm
love
like,
fighting games.
and I'm like, I kind of little regretting it. Like I should have got that damn. I should have picked my one game of the month. And, you know what I'm saying? Like I see good prices on games and I go buy them. Like I bought Uno. You know,
Hmm.
come on. I bought Uno and I'm like, damn, it's $5 Uno.
Yeah.
I'm like, why I'm buying this shit? And I'm so backed. And then I look at myself and I'm like,
Right,
I
you
feel
may play that
ashamed,
shit for 5 minutes.
man. And I'm like, oh, damn, what did I buy? And the Neo Geo game, I had to quit. See, He-Bot is a bad influence in my life because he tell
Yeah,
me
he
about these
is.
Neo Geos come out games, and I'm like, oh shit.
But want
Fuck
to know
you.
what it is, though? Though you got to look at it from this way, though, man. He-Bot tends to play a lot more indie games. You know what I'm saying? Short games like that, arcade classics. And recently, I saw Last Blade 2 on Neo Geo. I almost picked it up earlier today. I was like, dang, man, it's like that Last Blade. It's like it brings back memories.
I picked up
This is
Samurai
before.
Showdown 4 or 3. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
saw
oh,
that one too, man. As I was scrolling down, I was like, "Damn, Samurai Showdown 3." I was like, "Man," I was like, "Dude, but I'm playing too much of this Monster Hunter world right now, yo." And just to tell you something, is like once you finish the campaign, all right, it's at level 15. Once you hit level 15, you'll be finishing the campaign. You're gonna go up against Sino Viva. It's the biggest monster out of all of them. But once you finish it, though, all those investigations and those optional quests that you did on the sidelines, they add up. My character jumped from level 15 to level 29 once I finished the game.
you know what? That sound more like Borderlands to me, and I like that. That sound like more
Yeah,
like Borderlands. Like you,
Borderlands mixed with hack and slash,
yeah.
mixed with, it's gonna take your life away for about a month.
they got 14 different weapons for you to learn. All right.
I
You
got
actually got a
master.
little training mode where you could train with those weapons. And once you become proficient with one weapon, I would recommend like doing those weapons in like every type of class. If you're good with like the insect glaive, which I am, I actually did different class for it. I actually did dragon. I actually did thunder. I actually did fire. You know what I'm saying? I did water, which ended up converting into ice. All right. And it actually helps you to take out the monsters because then you're able to, with the things that you collect, the tracks and everything, it builds up in your ecology. Once you go to the ecology, it gives you the loadout on the monster. What are his weaknesses? What is his ailments? And then it lets you know the drops that he gives you and whatnot. I mean, it's just so many things to this game. It's just ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. And then you could actually form squads online. You could find people online. There's people always playing it. I had gotten off the other night, about a week or two back, and the minute I clicked off on Monster Hunter, bullshit you not, off my friends list, there was 209 searching for looking for posts for people to jump into their games. All right, dude, my shit is only 300 people and shit on my friends list, and it was like 209 motherfuckers looking for people to play with on Monster Hunter. I was like, wow. I was like, that's freaking
That's
ridiculous,
ridiculous, bro.
man. This
Very
game is
addictive
going
game.
If
viral.
anybody want to donate Monster Hunter to me, you can donate. You know what I'm saying? I take free shit too. I buy shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the K Mega and the mooch and shit. Can somebody mooch me again? Can I get mooched again?
That's what's up,
Donations,
man.
donations. I'm just a dollar in there.
Yeah, like that. You can put it up on the channel and let people know more about this game. Yo, that'll be amazing. Definitely, man.
Yeah, no, but
Like,
no,
it,
I
it
love it.
is on some next level shit,
Yeah,
though,
but I
man.
watched it. I watched it for like an hour today. You know what I'm saying? I was working and I'm sitting here like,
Dude,
damn. And I hear them and I'm like, damn. And then I heard
yeah.
you the other day, Collider, when I jumped in your party, and you need to get this. Well, you use this. You can put this bone to this bone and do this and this and that. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, well, yo, shout outs to Food Stamp, right? Food Stamp
Um,
jumped in the party the other day.
yeah.
And I was telling him about a certain move I did against a monster called the Toby Kadachi. It's basically a giant flying squirrel that spits out electricity, and he's mixed with a snake. All right, and this dude has a tendency to jump on trees. You know what I'm saying? Jump on trees and then fly off the tree in order to hit you. So he did it to me, and I basically used my glaive and I pole vaulted into the air, did a swinging combo in the air, knocked him off the tree. The creature landed on his back. I landed down and I did like a 14 hit combo on his ass while he's on his back. Bow, 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 bow. Once he stood up, I fucking stabbed forward with my insect glaive, basically sweeping his legs. The dude fell on his back again. And I was like, yo, let me freaking, since he's on his back for a minute, let me just sharpen up my blade. I sharpened up my blade. And then freaking, before he even got up, I finished his ass off, yo. And Food Stamp was like, yo, that's bullshit. You lying. I was like, what? I'm lying? Yo, I got the clip to prove it. And I sent them the clip. All
Yeah,
right.
Monster
Monster
Hunter is
Hunter.
something serious.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is awesome shit, yo. It's just you get proficient with a weapon. I've seen people like, let's say Black Spartan, shout outs to Black Spartan as well. Actually has a few weapons that he uses and whatnot. And I was like, all right, so you're a jack of all trades, but master of none. And then he was like, yeah, I guess. But he's like, but I'm really good with this type of weapon. Yeah, and that's the weapon that you didn't take with you on that quest that we just did. I was like, there's nothing wrong with using different weapons. You're gonna want to use all the different types of weapons in Monster Hunter. Even I started using different weapons in Monster Hunter. I started using the dual blades and I started using the bow and arrow. All right, which is on some next level shit as well. All right, because the bow
Hell
and
yeah,
arrow,
that
I
bow
could
and arrow
scrape an
efficient for
arrow
man.
across the ground and fucking hit you with like a 20-round volley. All right into right up your asshole and shit. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Monster Hunter on some shit. And then not even that, the insect glaive, I actually did a little bit reading on how it works because I really want to master it. Know what I'm saying? I actually could throw my kinsect, which is a bug that I have on my arm. I could launch the kinsect at the monster and whatnot. And it creates these giant bubbles and whatnot with like all these different flies flying in it. So for example, if I have poison inside them bubbles and whatnot, I could shatter the bubble or anybody in my team could actually shatter the bubble. And it'll create a blast effect for the poison that'll freaking fuck up the monsters even more. I normally use paralysis. All right. So once I pop all them bubbles, you see that monster like they're like jittering for a second because he can't move. He's paralyzed, bro. Know what I'm saying? So right there, everybody just goes ham on this monster. And that's just one weapon because I'm proficient with that weapon, but I have friends that know how to use a switch axe. Basically, it's like a sword and shield combo. You freaking connect them together and make these giant freaking axe, yo. I mean, it's just crazy the weapons that are in this game. And that's one of the reasons we be getting on you about it, 100, as well as you, Triple Cup.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Anybody else got anything else to bring to the table, man? Cup, you got anything else you want to bring to the table, or you, Kano?
Well, I got something to bring to the table, and
All
that's
right.
I bought this news article on my channel the other day, and it's about splash damage really during the campaign, the Gears of War, the next Gears of War now. So it kind of questions like what the coalition is really working on, and speculation is that it's going to be the perfect dark game that they really working on for the coalition because splash damage did the multiplayer for Gears of War 4, and now they're doing both
Yeah.
for Gears of War 5.
Yeah. And splash damage did they added the textures, once the coalition did the skeleton of the game, because the coalition did the skeleton of the Gears of War game, but splash damage was the one that stepped in order to finish the game.
Yep. So the question is, what is the coalition truly working on? And 9 times out of 10, my speculation is a new Perfect Dark game.
Dude, man, stop getting me excited, bro. I mean, damn. Cup, what are your thoughts on that, man? Do you think they could actually be working on that perfect dark game, man? If that's true.
I mean, when Cannon was saying, I was just sitting here just contemplating all the different ways they could implement Joanna Dart. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the new girl off of the Gears of War? I can't think of her name. Then the girl who Mama had got killed.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about, man. I can't picture her
Yeah,
name right now. Like,
yeah,
actually, it's been a while since I played Gears, just because I've been playing too much Monster Hunter.
right. I feel you. But man, just think about like how they had did her. I was like,
Yeah.
well, if they actually did get a Joanna Dart, I think they could actually capitalize on making it third person.
Yeah,
Like
the graphics would be amazing, bro. I agree with you, man.
shit, yeah. I mean that's gonna be, and
What
then
was
they
that?
could
Remember that other
you know
game that they was working on?
like Halo too.
Yeah, Shanghai.
No, that Shane Heights. Could they use that assets to that and do that?
I'm
Make her
thinking
third
that's what they doing, dude. I'm thinking that's exactly what they doing, bro.
Or they still could be making the Shane Heist too, though. I mean, that's still a possibility.
Like
Yeah,
there's so
but
many
Joanna
possibilities in these
Dark would
games that's
call a
gonna be
lot of
fire.
people's attention, especially with with the resurgence of females as far as like last year, for example, Wonder Woman. It was like one of the greatest movies of the year because of representation. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Think
yeah.
about it. It's like the majority of games, the lead star is a dude. You know what I'm saying? We could actually count in 10 fingers all the games that actually start a female. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we could list over 100 games where it actually stars a dude. All right, so that Shanghai's concept is phenomenal. It's supposed to be a major AAA title from Microsoft. Know what I'm saying? And the coalition, or Black Tusk, as they was called back then, right? Major
Yep.
fucking third AAA game and whatnot. But imagine if they take those assets and add Joanna Dark into the mix. Yo, you're gonna call a lot of people's attention. All right,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Joanna Dark would be inside this, let's say, the skeleton of a major AAA title.
That's what she need too. I mean, she deserved it because you know what I'm saying. All the Perfect Dogs was pretty good games. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing about it was they got to bring something innovative because Perfect Dark was at its time it was innovative. You know what I'm saying from that and GoldenEye, and you know what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
from out 64 then all the way to the Xbox 360. So when they come out with a new Joanna Dark, they need to actually bring something that's innovative, something that's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm because she got all these special weapons and technology stuff that you know what I'm saying futuristic at the time it was futuristic, so they need to bring some type of what I'm saying some flavor to it, like as in a futuristic thing, you know what I'm saying, something we haven't seen before. I want to see something. If
Mm-hmm.
they do her, it got to be something completely different. I need that, like 100 was saying, that wow factor. That's what it need. If it had that wow factor and it got the glory with the graphics, and then you know what I'm saying with big AAA budget with a nice little story behind it, that could be one in the running for game of the year as well. Then if Coalition make it, man, yeah, I'm highly anticipating that. Not matter of fact, that was my most anticipated game I wanted to see at E3 last year. So it's still up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm still hoping for that downloadable DLC character for Killer Instinct with Joanna Dark, yo. I'm still hoping on that, yo. I can't front, man. That shit is at the top of my radar.
Yeah,
Well,
but I
what are
got a
your
question
thoughts,
for y'all though,
100?
man.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, dude. I'm gonna save the question. I got another question after this one.
Hey, so 100, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think? Do you
Man,
think that could actually be a reality? That
yeah, I
these
think
guys
it
is actually
is.
working on a Joanna Dark game, man?
Man, I hope they working on. I hope they working on, man, a whole lot, man. I mean, to me, it's easy. To me, that's easier. I mean, it's like I'm saying Microsoft can be stealth sometimes. And they
Mm-hmm.
not and they're not scared to, like, boom, they're not scared at all. Like this and that. Like Phil said, I'm gonna change the game, and he changed the game. People
Yeah, he
don't
did.
think the game is changed up, but no, he moves the goalpost. He moves the goalposts all the time. So people got to understand and got to feel like, man, I trust in Phil. You know what I'm saying? I call K Mega our killer Phil because he always thanking everybody instead of cussing their ass out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but it's how can I say it, man? I don't want to be too hype. I want to keep my
Mm-hmm.
expectations, you know what I'm saying, too,
Yeah,
you
you
know what I'm
gotta keep them
saying,
in check.
too. Or I'm like, you know what, I can wait. I want to see, because it feels so good when you get with your fellow, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
compadres, women are male, and you're doing a podcast and you see the shit like, where that shit come from? I don't like to be, you know what, I hate people. Well, I got a leaked document about this. So what? Keep it to yourself. We don't care. We really don't care. I hate that because I like the surprise element. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's still the kid in me. I don't need the news. I think that's just the
That
kid in me. You know what I'm saying? I remember you didn't have E3 on TV. So you had to read it in, the Game Pro.
Yeah, the following month.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh man. I'm like, what saying, but I love it. I want to have it. I love,
Yo, that would be the only issue I look
yeah.
forward to all
And
year
then
too.
and then also what was that desert dark something? Remember the double A indies they kind of showed us? I want them. I want to play them games. That was they said Microsoft don't have no games. Them
I
games
know. The
takes
last
the
night.
indie. Yeah, they take them indies and they up in the bar. Like, okay, an indie ain't just a walking simulator.
Mm-hmm.
An indie is not this. They can do stuff like, you know what? This is the budget. This is how we gonna work on it. I like how developers are like, okay, hey, we prefer the Xbox. Why? Because it's easy for us to port our game over because we make it for PC and then we can just port it over using UWP. And then they also have a preview program where we can make money and they can then, whoever they call us dumb, but I don't mind being dumb. Whoever want to pay, you want to be our free beta testers, can be our free beta testers instead of hiring. You gave, I like that. I'm happy for. I'm like I said, I buy indies too.
Hmm.
You know, like Path of Exile. When I saw it at E3 last year, when I played, I said, "Okay, this Diablo, I might have to get this shit." And I'm like, and I asked the developer, "How much this shit costs?" He's like, "It's free to play." Huh? Free to play? You stupid! I'll give you $40 right now. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? But I just want the ante up now. Don't care. I don't care if it's from Japan. I don't care if it's from Asia. I don't care if it's from Mexico. And somebody needs to up the ante. 343. Somebody needs to up the ante because it's like everybody want to be on this balanced scale. It's time to up. Which call it quote unquote. I ain't played. I played watched the first cutscene of The Witcher. I got drunk the other night. I was trying to start it, and I was like, "Look at these naked women. I gotta go sleep." You know what I'm saying? I gotta go sleep. I don't want to see this shit. I can't do nothing anyway. So I'm sitting here like, but they up the ante. It's time the ante to get up. I
Man.
want to be amazed. You know
Yo,
what I'm saying?
they planning on showing that Cyberpunk 2077. I think they're showing it on the
Yeah.
Microsoft booth
Yeah.
or the Microsoft press conference.
So you know what? People might be getting amazed. I'm ready. Like this is. I'm not hyped. I'm hyped for Microsoft and don't even know what they're coming out with because by the time
No.
it's no more Crackdown, it's no more State of Decay. So what else you gonna have to say? They say they're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring it. So either this,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Everything we get to see at E3 is new.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit. I don't think Halo 5 Halo 6 coming out, but they might show you a snicker. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Show you a snicker, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm hearing that they might break it off. So I hope they do it, have Locke go after the Banish and then have
Do
Chief
like
go
a
after
spin-off
Cortana.
like ODST.
Yeah. They go because
Like
there's two
locking
enemies
them.
now. Because you got the
Matter of fact, you
creator,
call it
you
Halo
got the
Team
Banish.
Osiris. I'm
Uh-huh.
down.
Yeah, and then you know what? The Spirit of Fire, so you can interchange them with Halo Wars too. Because they Spartans. They got Spartans, but they
Hmm.
outnumber. And we
Oh,
know that man
talking
is a
about Spartans, has anybody here seen Ready Player One, the most recent trailer?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that shit's fire. I want to see that shit.
Bro,
That movie.
they had a whole team of Spartans running up, gunning dudes down. That shit had me wild, and I was like, "Oh shit, the Spartans from Halo! Oh, that's what's up." It's like, where's Nathan Drake at? Say, okay, either he might still be in there. Who knows, man? I'm just saying, I was tripping because I saw the Spartans.
Yeah, but I want it. Yeah, but I'm like, I want that wow. Like, okay. Matter of fact, if you do bring out a Halo, like, you know what? We're gonna put Chief on the back for this is Osiris. Osiris. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need you to do. Because they can't just abandon that. They created them characters too much.
Hmm.
If they abandoned it, I'll be at 343 door. Like, are you serious? Come on. Because that's a diverse group. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a diverse group. You got a diverse, you got Hispanic, you got an African American. I remember when people didn't like
Yo, you
Buck.
had that Japanese chick, Tanaka was up on that too, man.
Uh-huh.
You had that
Yeah.
white chick. Nah, yeah,
And they working with each
the
other.
whole team was fucking legit.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I like I like I like I like Chiefs you know what I'm saying group. I like them, but I know about them already. I know about Kelly. I know all of them. I know all about their
Yeah,
lives.
Kelly, Fred.
I know about their lives. But I don't know
Mm.
about their life. Only person we know is Locke, and he was part of Oni. And you
No,
know Oni, and
and
we know
this
about Buck.
dude,
We know
Buck.
about Buck because
Yeah.
Brody was an ODST, but we know people don't understand. Buck was supposed to run that. But the twist was the guy from Spartan Ops when you play Halo 4, he couldn't
Mm.
do it. They was going to make was that Chrism? They was going to turn that crew, and he was going to run them, but the dude couldn't do it. And they said, "Wow, you know what? Let's go do something different." They did it on the fly. That's why everybody thinking that's Michael Corker's voice. That's not his voice in Halo 5. That's a guy that can
No.
mimic all of them. He can even
Yep.
mimic Chief. He can mimic them. So
Yeah, because Michael Coulter was busy doing Luke Cage at the
yeah.
time.
So he only can do the most do the thing. And people talking about he don't talk. Chief don't dare to talk. If it wasn't for Cortana, it wouldn't be no Chief. If it wasn't for no Chief, it would be no Cortana. Let's keep it a
Yeah.
buck.
Yeah,
You know
Cortana's
what
the
I'm
one that makes him talk. If she doesn't
saying?
talk to him, he ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah. And what Osiris need? They need each other. I loved one of my favorite dialogues from Halo 5. Hey, drinks on you. And I wanted him to say, I ain't buying y'all shit. I wanted him to say, I would love him. I ain't buying y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? We go buy you that open people complain about Halo 5. That open cutscene is still the best cutscene I saw on the interweb.
Yeah.
That opening cutscene when you land and you see all of them doing their abilities.
Yeah.
You know, I freaked the fuck out. Like a fan, I freaked out.
Yeah,
Like,
some movies don't be
yeah.
that much action in the opening cutscene the way Halo had did.
I was
That's what I'm
Halo 5
saying,
had my
man.
mouth
They came
dropped.
off with a bang, yo, that opening scene.
the music, everything. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you making me want to go play Halo 5 now,
Man,
man.
I played it the other night. That's why I think it's on my mind.
Oh,
But
all right.
I'm like, oh shit, this is the shit. I'm like, oh, I'm like, they had me sold. Like, boom.
See,
What other?
If Killzone Shadowfall would have came off like that in the beginning, I would have been like half asleep and shit. Because I was like an hour and something into the game, and I'm like literally passing out, bro. All right. I mean, honestly, I was fighting through this shit. I looked at my cousin. I was like, dude, it's like, what did they try to do? They tried to do what? Some Beyond Two Souls, something, Beyond Two Souls mixed with Killzone or something. It's not working. It's not working, bro.
No.
I'm fucking bored out my fucking mind, yo. I mean, Killzone 2 wasn't even this boring.
Mm-mm. Even with what you call it. Even people say, "Oh, y'all ain't a bunch of shooters." Gears of War. What happened at the beginning? It kept you inside it, like boom, boom, boom. Like, huh? Like, damn, this planet is wiped out, and this shit used to look beautiful. And then you
Yeah.
got, then matter of fact, we went back like last month. We all played Gears 2. I forgot about Gears 2, how cinematic it was, and you fighting all this
Yeah.
crazy shit, and Bromax is coming at you every fucking 5 minutes. I'm like, what the? Wow. And then when my man, when your man finally, fuck it, y'all ain't play Gears. Fuck
Yo,
y'all.
if y'all
I ain't
ain't
played it yet.
play it, y'all
Y'all ain't
gonna
play
be
fuck y'all.
spoiled now.
But
Don't
Don,
say because this is straight up
when
spoiler.
Don died, some motherfuckers cried. But
Yeah,
you
that
know
was
what?
messed up.
But you know what? He felt like he had to anyway. When you found out his wife was not in that, she was just dust. And I'm like, whoa. That kind
Yeah.
of like, damn. And you did all this way because you wanted to fight with Don to get to his wife.
That's some serious storytelling right there, though,
Yeah.
man. Because you helping him the whole time through Gears of War 2 in order to get to his wife. When he finally gets her,
Hmm.
man,
And
that,
that
that
broke
broke my
it broke
heart.
like, oh shit. Like I actually got to a point like we ain't gonna never win this shit.
Yeah. Basically, that's why Dom sacrificed himself in
Mhm.
the three, man. Because if
Yeah.
not, they all would have been fucked up.
And I like how they decided to throw in three couple of new. Anya wasn't no fighter.
Nope, no, she wasn't.
She
She was
was straight
basically
on board.
communications.
Yeah, she wasn't no fighter. What she had to do, what she had to do, and all that shit broke up.
She had to step up.
And then I like it what they doing for it, kill her off. I said, oh no, my baby gone. Not no, my boo gone. Cause I would like to be some Anya, like she gone. But I liked it. I liked the old girl too. I'm glad when I saw her in the Halo 4 when they all came together once again. That her and Witch Call used to play with each other all the time and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I'll kick you in your nuts. You know you gonna give me some pussy. Shut up. Well, I ain't gonna give you shit. That shit. Well, I'm like, oh, that story. That's remember we play games. Know what I'm saying? Like I told K Maker yesterday, he didn't want to
They say
understand.
they
You know what I'm saying?
DC they say that they're what bro shooters, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
What's
we
the
broke.
terminology?
We
Dude,
yeah,
bro. Dude,
yeah, we
bro games and whatnot. But yet the storytelling is so fucking deep, though, man. What's up with that?
like I told Mega, I said if I want to, if this is gonna be a remake, let's do like Star Wars. I mean, like Star Trek, twist the timelines up. You know what I'm saying? How remember Spock ended up on the reboot. He ended up coming back in time, and
Yeah.
that shit. Do something like that. That's what I would like if they reboot Fable. Make it
Oh
where it wasn't
yeah.
his dad ain't died. Make it where his mama died, and his mama probably did something else to twist something up. Or auntie killed both parents, got an auntie ended up being evil. You can twist shit up.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's what I would like if you're gonna redo something. Like, let's fuck up the timelines. You know what I'm saying? What if 314 decided to go since Cortana? Damn, see, I'm telling them ideas. Y'all better pay me for this shit. What if fuck Cortana go back in time and stop Chief from blowing up the first Halo?
Man, that ain't gonna happen.
We don't
Never
know,
happened.
That's crazy,
but yeah,
yo.
but if you gotta what if that fucks your head up, right? If he do, right? And he sees her. To me, that to me, that's a reboot. And you know what? You might have to go send Locke back to stop him from what the fuck he doing when they come back home. Shit still ain't the same. You know,
They'll fuck
say
everything
the
up.
covenant instead of the covenant. You know what I'm saying? The banners is
If
the
he ain't
covenant.
blow up that first Halo, there probably wouldn't be a universe show. There wouldn't be a galaxy
Well,
then.
maybe she controls this for not shooting out. And she runs. She wants to run it. Say she backs it. You know how what you call it tried to get Chief at the end of Halo 1? The I can't think of that shit name. The little robot shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
she turned.
343
Yeah,
guilty
yeah, Guilty
spark.
Spark. Say how you know how 343 Guilty Spark tried to turn on him? Well, she turns on him with Guilty Spark.
Hmm.
See, it's a
Real
whole
in
lot
depth
there.
storytelling right there.
All right, all right. We
See,
went on totally
yeah.
different tangent though with Halo though, but good shit though, man. I can't front. Kato, you had a question earlier that you wanted to ask us. What is it?
Yeah, the main question I have right now is like for this year's E3, and I'm talking about for people that got the bold prediction, man. What is your boldest prediction yet for E3? Because mine is Microsoft gonna come out with a whole new fighter. Besides Killer Instinct, they're gonna come out with a whole new fighter that's gonna be so fire it ain't even funny. Where we're gonna have a back and forth conversation to the point where it's gonna be spark a real controversy.
Really?
Yeah.
And you came about this information how?
No, I just thought I was thinking about it, man, because you know
He
what I'm
said
saying. Yeah,
prediction.
yeah, I'm saying
All right.
predictions. Yeah.
A brand new fighting game. Interesting, yo. I'd be more interested. I mean, yo, it would be dope if they came out with a completely new fighting game franchise. But I would still want to see that new Killer Instinct though, man. A brand new Killer Instinct game, dude. I mean, Killer Instinct has been quiet for a little while now. You know what I'm saying? People are still playing it, but I'm wondering though, man. But that whole new fighter aspect though, yo, they could
Mhm.
possibly pull it off. I mean, how many new characters were in Killer Instinct? Half the cast was brand new characters and shit. So that's
True,
actually
true,
very
true.
intriguing right there. Who knows? We had guest characters like freaking the Arbiter, you know what I'm saying? So we know that they could do different characters. We had General Ram. Dude, we can have like an Xbox All Stars fighting game and shit. You know what I'm saying? Have Master Chief up in there, have Marcus Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, it could be something serious, yo. You know what I'm saying? Using their
Possibilities
characters
are
and shit, yo. You
endless.
know what I'm saying? You can even throw in Conquer from Conquer Live and Reloaded. Why not? Throw Alan Wake up in there with his freaking powers and whatnot in the fighting game. Throw the dude from Quantum Break up in that shit, yo. I mean, Joanna Dark. I mean, dude, actually, that sounds legit, yo, Kano. I can't front. That
Mhm.
sounds legit. But
Possibilities are endless.
you got any thoughts for that cup?
Now he got thoughts for that L he just took.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want a Marlo Briggs. Hell yeah, I want a Marlo Briggs.
Oh, yeah, even Marlo Briggs up in that game, yo.
They come out with a
See,
Marlo Briggs, I'm gonna do the jig.
yo, that would be dope, man. Seriously, that sounds like something legit, yo. If Microsoft actually comes up with a fighting game featuring some of the exclusive characters in this game, like Marlo Briggs that you just brought up right now, 100, I think that game could be phenomenal, yo. Know what I'm saying? Have the Arbiter in there as well. Know what I'm saying? Bring back as a matter of fact, bring some different characters back from the Battletoads and shit. As a matter of fact, have all three freaking Battletoads up in that shit, yo. That should be some serious shit. Even
Classic.
Cameo. Yo, there's a lot of things they could do with that, man.
hmm
Uh, Well, I'm about to get off and shit.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Get on
any
Xbox.
final thoughts? Any final thoughts, 100, before you sign
Oh,
off and let people know where they can reach you at?
oh, no, man. Check me out tonight. I got a new show that I made up a couple of weeks ago. But it's only on Mixer. It's gonna probably be on Xbox. If I put it on YouTube, it'll probably be Sunday morning or Monday morning if I ain't getting too drunk.
All
And
right.
we call it Xbox After Dark.
Oh,
So
all right.
you
Yeah.
guys get to hear what we talk about, uncut, uncensored. So you might, if you might miss out, you might catch an argument between me and K Mega, like I told him the other night, to shut the fuck up. You might catch that live. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's uncensored, it's uncut. You might have us a nice night where we're playing Madden, but it's getting streamed on we're gonna stream it on Mixer. You know what I'm saying? And you come back, put your kids to bed because we our talks get real raw. Like last night was Craig. We was playing Sea of Thieves, and you can hear me cuss out my boy Misfit. Like, shut your punk ass up while I fuck your moms. You can't even go buy me
Mm.
anything of liquor. But see, it's stuff that y'all want to see us as gamers and how we interact with each other. You can see it, and that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to make something new, so I can check that out. It's probably be 11 in my time. Because I want to do it late, and if y'all up late, come check me out. If you don't, go check out all the podcasts. Go check out, the Kano Section podcast. Go check out the Smash. How it was today. You can go check out GRG from last night, Grow Women Gaming, and all the crew.
All right. Good shit. Good shit. Yo, Kano, any final thoughts before you sign off and let people know where they can reach you at?
They can meet me on Monster Hunter. Because that game is very addictive. But other than that, though, man, y'all check out the Gamer Section podcast Monday nights at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. You hear me on YouTube. You dig? Follow me on Twitter, Real Young Kano, Facebook, The Real Young Kano, everywhere The Real Young Kano. You dig what I'm saying? And make sure y'all check out the Vibrations podcast Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock Central Time. And just support Direct X, man. You know what I'm saying? Minus the fraud because we keep it raw, uncut, pure, and untouched. You dig? With real conversation, real topic with this game of goodness. You dig what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. Well said, man. And as always, we don't sugarcoat shit. All right. The way y'all hit is the way we is, man. And like the way 100 said on that Xbox After Dark, y'all gonna see the real side of DirectX. You know what I'm saying? The way we all get down. I everybody, y'all can
Competition
reach
on
me at
Xbox After Dark. That's where competition on. You play on Xbox After Dark, and you fight losers. You want it gonna be cussing up a storm, and it gets ruthless up in there. So make sure y'all check
yeah, it
out that
does.
Xbox After Dark on 100's new show. He ruthless. He
Yeah,
don't give a cap.
that's what's up, man. Now for everybody, y'all can reach me at DirectX minus the on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could actually I've been tweeting about, basically Black Panther recently and whatnot, but it's because it's the real. You know what I'm saying? And I can check me out on Xbox Live at Kaleidoscope and on my YouTube channel, Kaleidoscope. I haven't put up a video in a minute, but my PC is down and whatnot, and they removed the upload app from the YouTube app on Xbox. So I actually have to do a workaround and whatnot in order to try to get up a video, but that shit is too much of a hassle. I'd rather go play Monster Hunter World, just to be honest. All right, and it actually has been great, man. It's been a great show. Yo, Chuck, is you back yet, or is you
Yeah,
still
my
smoking that?
yeah.
All right,
Nah, man.
yo,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know how shit goes around. Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right.
my
So,
bad,
cut.
dog. My bad.
Give your final thoughts and let people know where they can reach you at before we sign off.
All right, well, man, really true. I had a good time, man. Enjoyed myself. It was fun. We talking about games and stuff like that. Especially when we were talking about that Black Panther, and y'all ain't spoiled it for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to see it tomorrow, guaranteed. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
But yeah,
All right, you know,
you can
Trevor,
find me
couple. I'm
on
about to spoil it
Xbox,
for you right
YouTube.
now, man. This is what happens on Black Panther.
And hell no, you ain't shit. No, hell no, you ain't. I've been found a way to kick you off the podcast, mute your ass or something. You'll never spoil this one for me. I'm too close to success. But but anyway, though, look, you can find me on the Xbox, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Gamer Session. You can find me right here at the Direct on Saturday. You can find me with K Mega on GRG podcast. You know what I'm saying? Intermediate Gaming. You know what I'm saying? All of my people. You know what I'm saying? On Wednesday night, got the Vibration Marvel, DC comic books, anime, video games. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be another continuation of the Black Panther. It's gonna be spoilerific. We're gonna be talking about straight spoilers. That'll go down. So y'all got to be up there, check it out, see what's going on. Y'all got to be a part of this tiebreaker because we're gonna need everybody to stand up and get in there with us. And I'm letting you know if you ain't seen Black Panther, still watch the show if you catch it later on or whatever like that, because we going into all types of details, really flush it out. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and just find me everywhere getting it in. I'm up.
I,
and hold
that's what's
L's at
up,
the
yo.
same
That's
time.
what's up. And on the Heroic Vibrations podcast this Wednesday night coming up, we're gonna go spoilerific on
Yeah,
Black Panther. All right, so tune into that, people. All right, because on the Heroic Vibrations, we be violent with the illest when it comes to comics. That's epic, yo. Pun intended. All right.
Yeah.
Either way, people, it was fun. I hope y'all people have a great weekend. And yo, we out.
peace.
Later. 100 drop.
Yeah, 100 dropping is still live.
But
Yo,
either way, I'm about to sign off and I would jump on Xbox Live.
yeah, we,
Yeah, I'm finna probably hop on that thing too.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I should have said it on live. Man, I bust K Mega ass up in Madden 2 games in a row. All that stuff he was talking about the Ram Nation stand up, man. Who that is forever. On to my running game official, passing game official.
Oh, wow.
Anybody, I'm ready.
what triple cut? What happened in Injustice, man?
Man, you gonna add rules and stuff like that I ain't never heard of. Man,
I
it's the
ain't add
best of
no
both ways.
rules.
I'm like, man, no, man, you're supposed to be fine. Then I'm playing with the Ninja Turtle. They just came on the game, so how I'm
Hey,
practicing on you. So
you wanna we can do this right now. We can rematch it right now. What's up?
we gotta put it on. Hey, we do. We gotta put it on Mixer live
All right,
stream.
let's put it on Mixer this time. You heard me? We're gonna do it on Mixer. What's that? What's that?
Oh, I know you had gotten Injustice too, though, Kato.
Yeah, and who won the last time? It was
Man,
me.
he won because we were all playing around with him. He know I wasn't
Nah,
playing
nah,
with
you
playing
wasn't
no
playing
folks.
around. You was
Ooh.
Man,
serious. You was
I mean,
serious. You
I
was
got.
serious.
Don't get me wrong. I got into it. But I still wasn't playing at my best of my abilities. You know what I'm saying? Without
Yeah, I wanted you to bring
playing
your A game. You was
with weight.
slipping. You heard me? You was slipping though. You didn't take me seriously. And then when you see what I was playing for real, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm serious. Oh, you serious now? Yeah, yeah, huh? Now we played out. Who came out victorious? I ain't even had the game that long.
I mean, but see, you gonna once we hit 4 games, you say, "Hey, how this sound?" Soon as he hit 4 games, he say, "Yeah, we're playing the best out of 4." I'm like, man, when this came
No,
about,
I
we're supposed
said I said NBA style. You feel me? Usually we do 7. Who wins 4? That means 4. Like whoever has 3 games to 3. You hear me?
but
3 to
you
3.
said
Yeah,
that
yeah,
after
yeah. If you
you said
tie
that
three
after
to
he hit
three, then
four.
you go to the seventh game. If it's four, then
Exactly.
you
That's
asked out.
that's
But
how I
he
was.
he
That's
said
how I
that
was
after
playing.
he hit 4 games though.
No,
You
no,
know what I'm
no.
saying?
I said that before that. What you talking about? Or we can do it. We'll do
Oh
it on the
hell,
same
he
way.
hit
He
four
over here
games. Then he
tripping.
gonna say that. I'm like,
Nah.
man, hold up. Okay, you got that. Yeah. But this was we can get it back in. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it.
What's that then? I'm
Yeah.
on.
Let's get up off this thing and let's get on some mixer.
All right, I'm online right now. What's that?
All right. I would
Yeah,
check
I'm
you
gonna turn
cats
mine
out,
on
yo.
now.
Peace.
All right,
All right,
peace.
I'm off this thing too.